sight. At least if they want to back each other up as Zerona. Another jump up from Alvin. This time disengages from the 1v1. Zerona's trying to get proactive against the retake here of M80. 80 have to address that, and that's more time. Precious seconds, and Alvin steadies his aim. The rest from M80 follow through on the site.
2v3.
EG are split from each other, but they have one goal in mind, and it's to protect the spike. And it's shaky from EG. You got post plans from Pancakes. Diffuse only starts now. Last
12 for M80.
And M80 pull it off. A huge moment for Alvin.
That was just great protocols from M80 too, and you're seeing that experience come in from, you know, the leadership from Nismo and how they want to re-clear. As they spot Zerona on the top of Flowers, and you see their reposition from Alvin Boy. As they double walk back from Secret into main, they're like, nobody's really aggressing us here from Art and from A main, so they're definitely playing post plan. This is our time now to focus on just pinching into Zerona and continuously have 3 versus 1 on the retakes. So they eliminate the first layer. Then the second step onto the staircase with the big
EG ripped their second time out.
Pendulum swing towards the end, and then you're playing 3 versus 1, and the victory comes in from M80. That's exactly what we're talking about here. The timeout from Kaplan was trying to make sure that the protocol was there, and it was there. They got the defuse, they got a clean victory on a retake. Now it forces out the timeout, but the timeout, when I was mentioning that you were able to get to very close ults from B-Dog and from Mitch, or from Pancakes, a lot of it was being utilized in the previous rounds to try to make it 7-12 or make it to 7-12 here at this point. So now for fading in the next conversation here is, do we want to try to work towards an ult and go for the explosion as we have been, and we've been finding success here for EG off these very aggressive takes from B-Dog's tip of the spear entries, and utilize something like an Armageddon on top of that to support? So are we going to try to slow play and try to grab an orb, or are we just going to try to use the util we have across our kit? Because we know we don't have too much util on the side of M80 to stall if they're able to avoid Nismo in the first place with his knife.
This is kind of what happened on Haven. M80 break the win streak. They pull all the wind out of the sails of EG, and as long as M80 trade rounds after having a strong first half, it will eventually end in their favor. So now there's no more round buffer for EG. It has to be perfect from here on out, and that is going to affect the decision making. There's so many experienced players on EG in terms of TAC FPS, and maybe it's just Zerona's lurk that might have to be pulled back a bit just to not create any unnecessary risk. But other than that, you see how EG are taking this so slow.
Well, they're so comfortable, though, from the way that they're playing it, right? Every single angle is being watched. You have Bonnie with the off, watching towards the top. You have Nismo watching the Art walk down. Kayu's playing towards Spawn to support on both ends with the Hunter's Fury, despite what happens here. So now you're forcing EG's hand to make some noise, and they're clearing out util towards middle. But this is still perfect right now for Kayu to get value out of his Hunter's Fury, with now a crossfire set
Knife gets thrown
on this A site.
Things 3, sees him as well.
Nice. With a knife there. EG
Oh my gosh, this ult.
Easily off of the mid
1 kill.
But Kayu
No more tags.
will just ruin the plans of EG.
Yo, imagine Pancakes walk through that. That would be
off
crazy.
this attack, but I don't think this team
Sorry.
survives. Or
Wait, it actually doesn't see Nismo.
Bonnie.
Oh, Nismo still got. Oh, only 2?
Whiff.
Doesn't matter. Still, they're up.
Now only 2 left.
Huge
for
2
EG.
from Nismo as well.
Their series lives on the
3v2.
line. Pancakes that can maybe suppress a bit with the shock bolts, but he's about to be spotted.
They saw him.
Maybe just the quiver there.
Wait, good one for Pancakes.
If anything, forces the hand from Pancakes.
That shocks as well. Oh, good shot from Zerona.
Now there's an op they have to consider, along with Pancakes. Manages to get out, to defuse halfway, just to buffer out. And maybe a bit
First
more.
shock there? Yeah, okay.
Doesn't work out. EG get another life.
And that's fair too. I like how they're playing that that recon with the razor vines, because you're staying crouched in that. You have no choice but to stay in position. Even if you let go of the spike, you can't even move into a different position. If you do, an audible call is going to get heard, and you know that they're off the spike. So now you can just jump in, try to catch him in there, and get that pick. Very nice try, though, for Nismo. He did whatever he could on that A side to mow down 2 players and give a chance for ME to go for that retake. There was such a nice little start from Cayuse, getting results out of the Hunter's Fury as well, but EG prevails. And now a stack that you have an eco from M80, as close as these rounds have gone back and forth, as soon as somebody loses a round, it pretty much breaks the bank. Now for EG, if they lose a round, it's game over for M80. If they lose a round here, they can at least buy into the next. And it's the five-pack mentality.
Just got a
off
full
the
3B site, bro.
Divide. Something very standard that they're currently doing from EG because they got successes out of that one in the past.
I guess if you have the ult, use it. I just thought maybe if M80 are on a save, maybe save that for the future rounds. But EG trying to make the job a bit easier now, keeping their distance.
Wow, they know B-Dog. Bro, B-Dog's been up there like 3 times at this point, I feel like.
Then the smoke.
Wait, the Molly's kind of good.
Give M80 chances. You don't want to give them a rifle either. I don't even
Oh, that was a
think
different one. That's just for
M80, they just get
Pancakes
rained
is
down
fine.
upon with an Armageddon.
Wait, Bonnie's
Now
going
they
for
feel like they have to invest even more just to get M80
Oh, for the ult there's
off
crazy.
the defuse and off the spike.
Pancakes
Yeah,
farmed
he
it up.
pulls it out, but it
I don't know if he's been on his ult,
They
but
got so
he's
chaotic
got it now.
Where they're like, oh crap, do we actually have this or do they actually off or not? It definitely looked like it was convoluted in comms because there was just so many smokes on that spike. And Pancakes though getting the 4K, allowing himself to get the Hunter's Fury. I know what happened there that made things a little bit more difficult because I saw so many smokes. I don't know if maybe we hit the wrong piece of util for Jakey with that star placed at the on that spike area, but nonetheless, the round still comes in for EG towards the end. And now they have again a new cycle of ults that they can work with. Getting very close now to the Steel Guardian from Zerona. They have the Hunter's Fury they could open up with right now too. Alvin Boy
with
has
his
the
ult.
evolution though, so that's not going to affect him for the Hunter's Fury. He can anchor right at this spot and not get affected by anything.
Give that false sense of security to EG if that's what they want to lead with. They still have a recon. They'll lean on the
Wait, I don't think that's
drone.
okay, they know Alvin's there now, though.
Sense that presence on the other side, the Hunter's
So what gets
Fury
ripped?
doing just that to try and evict these
Wait, Alvin just
defenders.
insta-died.
And Spaz still gets sought after.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Nismo
3v1,
and
yeah, it's cooked.
Caillou get there in time
Pancakes,
to
do you do it?
keep this defense
Wait,
afloat.
shock dart.
And now the spike from EG
Misses.
is on the other side
Yeah,
of the
Nismo's
smoke.
hella far
Is
back.
about to dissipate. Pancakes. The jig is up. Now it's time to show up, and he shows himself out 13-9 in favor of M80. What a series.
Yeah, good.
M80 with the win. Oh. HG1 map 1. Sensational. Oh my gosh. You know Wildfire is putting up damn, Riker 6-0 on First Bloods? Riker! Jack Shower. Bro, I don't know Riker had it like that, bro. Also, they almost threw it away. But that's not what matters. That's not what matters. They closed it out. That's what matters.
Stage, a lot of time to work on these things, and that means also that M80 will be up 2-1 in the standings, will be at the upper echelon of the pack, and it'll be exciting to also check in with M80 in terms of what are their plans for the second half of this stage and how it's all going, and we'll find out more from Liz and friends after this.
Well, I'll be back.
Trim, edge, and shave with Philips Norelco One Blade. One tool for all you need.
Philips Norelco One Blade presents Shave All Things. Your style made simple with Philips Norelco One Blade 360.
enemy down.
Shutting them down. Flag to suppress.
Soul shots. One enemy remaining.
Flag it.
Of the defense on the side of Sad in the front side. That said though, Rally is just gonna kill me. Oh my god! I'm gonna go. That's how we're gonna finish this match.
Yeah, Joe trying to shut the door with a Bucky already. What a swing from Payne. You got away for the ace. There it is.
And now Derek pulling hose at a main. Yep, that
3v2 now and 2 stingers. They've got to keep it close quarters. And Moose will do it all himself. What a way.
Well, folks, your first team to win today is M80 taking down Evil Geniuses Academy 2-1. Oh my god, my voice. Welcome back to Valorant Challengers League North America. I'm Rose Elizabeth, joined with Ash and Emily on the desk, and my allergies are still acting up. But we are here. And Emily, to go straight to you, I think the M80 that we wanted to see kind of come forward in this entire best of 3 is the M80 that we saw on Pearl.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's what we wanted, right? We saw it get a little bit tough to close out there for maybe in the end, but at the end of the day, they did it. They closed it out. They did what they couldn't do in the past couple of best of 3s that we got to witness, especially I think their first one. But I want to really give a shout out to EG because they played this map pretty well, especially in that first half. I felt like they had great mid-round fights, you know, kind of just being in unexpected off angles, especially Mitch. Like, I think he had an insane map for what we're normally seeing him. He was kind of brawling, and it was insane to see him getting some of these multi-kills. But then, obviously, M80, they adapted.
30 seconds left.
They started kind of grouping up more, walking up on them, and just kind of popping on them with, obviously, flashes coming in from Nismo. And then when we flipped that half, it just felt like, you know, M80 was struggling a little bit. We saw them win pistol, we saw them win the anti-eco. But after those first initial rounds, they started to struggle with it. I think EG's edges were insane. I think their ult usage as well was insane, especially coming in from Pancakes. Always getting a pick or 2 with it, maybe even 3 sometimes. He was honestly felt like an unstoppable force for the side of EG.
Yeah, we talked about how much utility there was in the composition that Evil Geniuses was running. You got the Waylay with the Saturate, and then you got Jake, who was also so good at being like proactive with a lot of those stars that get put down on top of Mitch's Tejo and then Pancakes that Emily was just talking about on that Zova. It just becomes so overwhelming when it comes down to like taking those sites, and I think that Evil Geniuses Academy on that attacking side did a really good job of layering that utility, so it was really difficult for M80 to hold comfortably. But I think overall, now taking a look at how the timeline ended up panning out, despite the fact that, you know, it was a good attempt at a comeback, unfortunately, I feel like EG just didn't have enough rounds on that defensive side to really make that fight worth it. I think that there could have been a different story, maybe go to OT or something else, with how the tail end of Pearl could have gone if Evil Geniuses could have found a few more answers to M80's attacks. But like Emily was saying, it's also so hard when you have a KO and a Nismo who's playing spoiler. Sometimes he's with a pack. Sometimes he's belong doing his own thing, and you're like, okay, where are they going? Because surely the KO is not lurking.
I think the one thing I also want to bring up to you guys, I'm gonna go to Emily first, is about that veto that we saw. I think we had some questions about that veto on M80's side. Alpha Boy, I presented maybe that would be a change that we saw upcoming with kind of Kaplan thinking about how well scrims were going, what they were learning from. So we didn't watch themselves on the veto, Emily, and it works out, I think, considerably well.
Yeah, I mean, especially using it to info.
One enemy remaining.
Causing them to the side of EG kind of just have to walk up and take a gamble there on an eco. You know, they couldn't use any utility to kind of take that space. So on the side of M80, they kind of always had that, and then they were able to kind of work for mid, which is a similar thing that we saw on Haven. We saw them kind of taking space in one area, conditioned that, okay, we can win these fights, and then just opening the rest of them after them, leaving them scared of that the entire half.
I think it's important to kind of bring up, like, I think a lot of times we kind of been putting, for all of these teams, you know, here's what we want to see them improve on, here's what we want to see them do, and M80 just kind of takes that and runs with it, including, but not limited to, the wonderful Nismo, who I think has had the most incredible Emily return to being a player, a 330 ACS, which at 3.0 KD, I'm laughing because it's not surprising whatsoever. It's Nismo.
Dude, I mean, something about Nismo and KO, they just go hand in hand. They are the perfect pair. The pair that you just don't want to go against. He was so, I don't know what other word to use, and I'm using this in a positive sense, annoying on KO. Genuinely, his utility coming in to support the entire team on both halves was outstanding. The way that he was kind of able to create and take and clear space all on his own, it was just like, EG did not have an answer for it.
And I know that we're really focusing on like and what he's able to bring to the table here on Nismo was, for me, one of the MVPs on the side of M80 for this entire series. I know that when it came down to Haven, maybe we didn't
What's up, people?
like a star-studded kind of really pop-off performance on the Omen, but both on Haven and Lotus.
Died. One enemy remaining.
Dude, 1v3 for Riker. One guy CT, two guys main, and there's still a suck? Yeah, you're cooked, buddy. Oh wait, King Fred coaches its team. What the heck? No wonder this seems the truth now, bro.
Obscuring vision. My ult's ready. Enemy remaining. There. Need a drop.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Gonna fall back here. I divide it.
Okay. Oh, so can we talk about how truthful this Nightblood team is, bro? This team is so tough. Again, I'm so shocked that they were as bad as they were in Split 1.
Enemy tag.
Jerk.
Down A.
Oh, comes through. They know where both are. Practo. Oh, jerk. Are you going to ace? No ace for jerk. Now, can the round get closed out by Atlas? Yeah, he got it. He got it. Dude. Fireball was not expecting that at all, bro. He was quick. Ten out of 10 from Atlas, bro. Guy got pinged, peeked with jerk, and then insta went back sewer. Actually sensational.
I demand what I'm owed. Now we wait.
Let's blind their scouts.
Alright, let's see it, bro. Fireball starts towards B. One is lonesome. Throws the cam, throws the cage. Cam gets broken. This guy instant goes back shop with this boy. Meanwhile, these guys are creeping up. Hey, man. Drone does get a tag onto GMD. Double dash, GMD backed up so far, bro. Fireball still gets the kill, bro. All those guys are rotated over. I wonder, because they still need to hit this wall. Loki, did they hit this wall and then just re-hit? Hits the wall. Wildfire peaks. Person gets the kill. Still two guys here.
30
Oh my gosh, wait,
seconds
GMD just walking in. Ooh. Barely doesn't get that kill, bro. Oh my gosh, Riker!
Back in a flash.
He's so tough, bro. Riker is so tough, man.
Planted.
Come on over here, microphone. You have to have a conversation, bro. They know exactly where the guy is now. Zeke, pull out your gun. No, Atlas got this, bro. He's getting both kills. One. Look at this. Two. Oh, yeah. Now his big son gets to keep his gun. $5-2 for Nightblood Gaming. Let's see. Yeah, the buy's kind of weird here.
Gun here.
Eagle, Stinger, Bandit. What's Riker gonna get onto? Got in a car on a on an outlaw. Two Deagles, Bandit, Stinger, Phantom. Yeah, this guy can fry with this outlaw, bro. Here he has ult, so Loki just for stats at this point. Just get full pushed off main here. Fireball. Send a car with the kill. It's also one guy with no Atlas had full shield actually. Fireball for 2. Wildfire coming behind them. Hold up. Ooh, good timing on the peak, bro.
Down A.
Molly. Wait, Fireball. This guy's dead. Hold up.
Player standing.
Monsi comes behind Wildfire. Atlas 1v2. He was the one guy with the gun this round as well. Could get nasty. Oh my gosh, and he's doing the same thing he did the last round, bro. I think he showed himself flower earlier too. Dude, could have been. Could have been. Could have been another one for Atlas, but nah.
Kill mode. That's a joke. Kill mode is default.
Damn, AXG1 pistol got ecoed and that Bloodstar going on a run. Only round AXG have gotten since then was Atlas won out a nice little 1v1. Not gonna lie, I don't remember what else happened there round. All I know is Atlas won because he's the toughest.
Cage triggered.
Let's see it, bro.
Right here.
It's gonna peek out? No. Jerk just jiggling. And these guys take bomb, they're going back over to B. Does Zeke drone this out before leaving, or does he just go? Yeah, drone comes through. Okay. Makes sense. Wait, he should be spamming this, yes. Good shock dart. All good. Zeke's good. These guys are hidden. Yo, I want to see the fight in mid. Whatever. Good kill for Riker. Monsi Carson though. Wait, this. Yeah. Wildfire has that. 2v3 for AXG. Riker and Jerk. Two guys on the high-low. Fireball's ready to swing off their contact. It's just so fried. Ew. Oof, bro. When did Fireball start missing those? When did Fireball start missing those? Hello? I feel like he was not... He never misses. Yo, today's an off day, bro. He's only got 8 right now. Yo, you should have like 15. What's going on? Timeout comes through for AXG. Bro, I'm low-key highly interested in watching this YFP versus NRG Academy game. Dude, because YFP, their games have been so, like... Their games have been so good, I'm not gonna lie. YFP been kind of locked, bro. Highly interested to see, what they move like.
That goes there.
Dark comes through in main. Wait. Dude, do you see how far up Carson is? I mean, surely they're just like ultra aware of him, but like, damn. Is that a vice wall there too? Yeah, that is. And he doesn't have refract anymore. He's just taking his time. They're going to ace play here. Do they? We bombs so far back. They might try to go pinch connector here. Nah. Monster's on his way. Fireball for 2. Damn, Atlas! Wait. No, you missing the blind guy. Good ult though. 3v2. Oh my gosh. One for Monty. Damn shorty, bro. It's just that damn shorty, bro. Still. Good thrifty from Alliance, bro. Big kills from Atlas, man. He is something special. Alright, their game's starting. Where's my mouse, bruh? Come on.
Our agent select here for bind, considering it's a map that YFP have not pulled out since last split. This is just about what I was anticipating, to be honest. This is the same composition that YFP had run previously during stage 1. I think it did look really good with the amount of space that Darkus is able to clear on the attacking side to help set Vita up on that waylay for those entries. The corner clearance from that Tejo is so strong, and Ziff, yo, he's one of the OG Sentinel players within tier 2. You know he's gonna have those Viper timings down pat.
See, I feel very confident on my prediction just because I'm seeing the double duels being pulled out by NRGA, which is what worked for them when they played Bind a second time around so far this stage. I think one of the main factors for me is seeing Renz having to kind of be that solo duelist, which we haven't seen since this new meta change, but it's just a little bit of an adjustment period for him. But we don't have to worry about that yet because we are getting the double duelist. Dawnx and Renz feel like the dynamic duo. They bring a lot of chaos to the map, and that's exactly what I'm expecting to see going up against YFP today.
Well, folks, our desk may be divided with our predictions, but our casters are united, both going for NRG Academy. So can YFP prove a lot of us wrong? Listen over to your casters, Vansili and Lemon Kiwi.
Well, we're here in our second series to determine who will get their first loss of the stage between YFP and NRG Academy. And we already said our first series was match of the day, but this one's for a lot of marbles. Not all of them, but some of them, fans.
Yeah, but a huge chunk and a lot is being gambled going into this for YFP. So we haven't really seen them really play this map yet with this new comp, or with this new team rather, and they're pulling out a little bit of everything coming out from this today. We've seen some Tejo in the past from like the EMEA side where Fnatic was using it a lot too, but they're also trying to use the current meta with the Waylay utility on top of that, but also going into the new patch changes by utilizing a lot of Sky, which is Jack's been using a lot in this series. Actually, coming up to Lotus right after, we might see that as well. So we'll see how this is going to pan out now for YFP, but I think the identity that they have right now is to try to be very aggressive for Vita off of the util from Jack. So we'll see if that's going to be the story of this matchup on this first map of Bind.
Yeah, who could be a more independent duelist and who can better support their team when you just add more initiators into the mix. And YFP will get to see how those plans develop on their attack first.
Look how deep Net is, bro, but he
Having
hasn't
all
caught
of
any
the-
of these guys.
Like the
No, but on his
getting
team sees
into the
absolutely
Metamorph.
nothing.
So much information
At
off
some
the
point,
road,
he might
but
be like, hey,
I don't know if you're gonna see
guys,
this
listen,
gap coming. The way that Net is just all of a sudden behind YFP through an area that you usually watch through Belong. Now going through spawn though, once this hit happens, that's gonna be a
And they're coming out
consideration, but hopping on into the
Bro,
action
now
is
Net's flank time
The
is
issue
going
is
to
I
be
don't think
expected,
this
bro.
push from Net is going to do too much. What should have happened was that we should have seen a flash come down from Giza to get like mid-round info so that Net could be in a better position. Now as he has to re-clear towards long, it's being watched from Sands. He's going to get cornered.
Yeah,
and
he's cooked,
rated
bro.
from Darkest at the top as well.
He did get one kill.
Darkest
This guy
exposed
was poking a little bit.
But you're
Ziff
right on
gets
your
a kill on
prediction on
Net
the last
now.
series, but that's
Well,
okay.
at least he's not punished by Ziff, like I said, right? So.
But Energy are winning, and wow, they didn't even have to kill Ziff. They just simply defused. So that does worry me, at least for the future. Joking around aside that YFP just have gaps like that, but the retake was strong from NRG, and at least the flank did something. You got one.
What I was trying to say as well with the miss from not getting any information as well is that if you're not going to be flashing at those moments and YFP somehow says, okay, well, we walked into the site, we've had zero contact and zero opposition, we have an opportunity to push back towards that spawn. Then as everybody's rotating and scrambling from the A site over to B, they could get punished right away. But thankfully, YFP played far
Instant
back.
sky flash,
Now they're about to
instant
get punished
shower.
by this judge potentially.
Vita.
Only you didn't get distracted by the little insect on the floor, because that shotgun could have done some serious damage to YFP, and a stalemate that turns to a bloodbath. NRG holding on
Nah,
strong.
Force does
as
nothing for YFP.
collapse and fumble out of the hookah section, and Ziff to try to deny some of these weapons the bonus, and only really 2 of them will be carried through for NRG.
One thing I like as well is being somebody that's been casting this game since the beta days is to still see players like Ziff around, right? Somehow this stage of challengers has seen a lot of like older names really come back from the woodworks and trying to make their mark. Maybe one last hurrah, try to make it to champs too, because you don't have to go through like this whole hire me please so I could get into the VCTs. Now you could actually make it through hard work, and they realize here now that they have that opportunity to do so. To play with a team and try to make it to that stage. And Ziff has always been one of those players that's been very good as a controller / Cypher player in the past. I'm thinking about Pittsburgh Knights days, and it's good to see him continue on the stage now.
On the other side, you kind of have a similar story with Net and all of his years and experience attack FPS.
Great
He gets to kind
A-hit.
of elevate
Yes.
already this team with so much chemistry. And okay, the dog
Stun,
is
but nobody can
after,
capitalize
Sean
off that.
Dex there, or a Net, I should say. But
Bomb gets planted
Spike got
again.
planted in front of Net's eyes.
Stallion.
Nice
No,
headshot.
bruh.
Stallion had to deal with the little bait.
Hey, Vita gets killed
switch.
out.
Bit of a
What the
ruse. And the defense is trying to come around
I
through the
guess.
shower side, and YFB have to
Still
leave the
2v3.
situation. They've now abandoned the spike.
Darkest
I
with
don't think
one
there's
missile
much
out.
Darkest and Ziff can do. Salvo's left, drone back
Wait,
in,
this is.
but
Oh,
it's good delay
Darkest.
from the
Nah.
YFP side.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. If he got
Now
that
you're
kill,
just getting on the
it was
defuse
possible.
now
Oh, bro, and
Tatum
Ziff missed
is
his
gone.
molly
I feel like all the
too.
problems have faded away as well.
Could have been dangerous too for YFP though. Vito was doing a great job just getting her first pick, getting that shorty kill on that second one that was low HP into the showers, but a little bit of a miscomm where I think it was whoever died there into showers in the first place didn't really call for Vita that there was a second player, that the Sky was also coming across for Giza. So he gets picked off from the back, but they get the plant down to make it expensive for Energy on a big buy going to this round here. It looked like it was an eco on the previous round too, because they forced bought on that second round after getting the plant. So now things are back to normal, but NRG,
Dude, also
despite
something I
this, like to call maybe
realized,
bonus
I
at this
thought
point,
Energy
are
Academy
still looking pretty good.
was just the
They
Maryville
have
roster,
still good weapons,
but
and secrets.
it's Maryville players,
Had this
but
proactive
Net
push there
isn't
from NRG
playing with
and
Maryville.
didn't really result in
University.
much. Meanwhile, YFC got some looks over at the B side with all the smokes in the way, despite the pick.
So this isn't
Come on,
just a
YFP are
straight collegiate team, I guess.
easily inspired to go that direction. If anything, they're
Ziff.
flipping right back to A. Tejo drone in right in the middle and all the way to the back of
Whoa.
the site. Could even get some
And good
information
timing
in
on
U-Haul.
Tavita.
That's why Tejo has been really nice on these maps. We even saw it on Pearl too. So IFP
Here's
will
Giza
end
sprinting it
here
back to
at
A. And the smokes go up.
The smokes to really
Yo,
hinder
Shondex.
them.
Shondex,
It
if
is
you
the
go for
timing
something
here
here,
from
you
Shondex.
might be special.
How
You might be one of the
when he
greatest.
wants to get
Oh,
involved, the
he
orbital
went too late.
strike will delay things, so no spike yet, and even Stallion will benefit. Defense will delay with the ult. Now it's time to face the music. YFP already in their post-plant positions. Now Renz has to go clearing every little nook and cranny, and not a lot of warm
Wait, Renz
bodies
should be good for
NRG to do the swim, but the timing
only
of
one.
catching two packs turned.
Yeah.
Could've been disastrous for YFP.
There it is,
but they
YFP.
stabilize and take the round.
Good
They
heads
lose
up
their
play, too,
force,
for
but they're
YFP.
big chilling.
After they realized that one of their teammates fell to the backstab.
Jack
of
the Goat?
Ange,
Yeah.
That gets picked
That's
off
why
here with
Feast
the Guardian.
roster's
They
kinda
have the
nasty,
ult.
bro.
Ange gets the ult available, so they went
What's
for the
up with
tap
these
on the
guys,
spike.
man?
They baited out this right here, that saturated to the orbital strike. All three of them stay alive on this A side, so it makes the pulse plan even stronger.
What the
for
hell
them
is
in
a
the
Jack and a
4 versus 2.
Stallion, bro? You know what I'm
So,
saying?
A nice little look towards the end. There's still what I'm noticing so far that Energy Academy are taking big advantages of YFP not playing Senti, so they are pushing them down a lot, which is also something that could be done on that second half. But we'll.
I don't mess with
cross that
Shondex
bridge when we
Waylay.
get there.
Can we get him on Smoke Senti again? Bro,
Are you gonna
listen.
be crossing the site?
Gotta do what you gotta do,
Smokes and
man.
plays, but with these insertions from NRG, it catches YFP completely off guard. And now you barely feel safe for a plant. And now you consider there's not really other options. It already takes so much effort for YFP to get here. So you use what you have left to assess
But two guys just sitting in spawn waiting for a
positions
fight.
of NRG.
Just
and
waiting
really
for
no
them to
information
get
from
pushed,
Jack off
bro.
the dog and showers.
Well, interesting. Why don't you plan and use Seekers instead? So then you get information on all three. Looks like they want to do that to give the spike to Stallion, so they play the orbital strike to stall in the pulse plant if they can, instead of the Seekers for info. Why they're dogging is they're just trying to figure out where potentially a lurker could be, a flanker could be. And it's Shondex now coming in for short.
Speaking of Seekers, at least you get some from
Bro,
NRG's
and now
side.
Shondex just
Going
has a
right
skill
over
on
to
flank, I'm not gonna
U-Haul
lie.
and right to YFP,
He missed.
and now with
Wait,
the
it's
flank that
losable.
you gotta address.
Oh my god.
Flash.
What?
Shondex still wins
Double
that.
dash?
Now he's feeling
Yeah.
himself, gets in.
Wait,
will bait and
hello?
Switch. Giza picks up the kill, and NRG really solidifying themselves a lead.
Yeah, and we're rolling back the gears for the tech that
Replay
Jack
that.
is trying to do. Just throwing the Sky Flash all the way up towards the air to throw it like a fake
Yo,
flash.
replay
like
that
how
for me.
Strong Legs used to do it back in the day.
What?
And now you can't really tap to pop that flash whenever you want. So you're just hoping that they turn away, and in that moment, that window allows for you to get that pick. Look at this. Turns away, back into it, and kills him fully
He
blind.
turned
So
he turned
kinda
back
got
before I
lucky
think the
going to
flash
that
popped
one
or
too.
something.
And Energy Academy are able to retake that site. So a nice attempt. Could have been a huge highlight reel for that 2v3 for Stallion and Jack. But Energy Academy are looking quite strong here on their defensive side.
This is off of a
That flash,
good couple
yeah.
of
I low-key,
kills from
bro, I low-key
NRG,
thought the
and it's-
flash
a
was
lot of these
tough,
wins
and
have been off
then
of retakes, but because they've lightened the load so much, YFP before they plant, they're usually
then he
left with only
died,
two
so.
people from YFP on these post plants. So it's, especially for a site like A, it's very difficult. We'll see what YFP can do. Oh, they don't have to jump out of a Viper's wall, because that's really why YFP hated going to the B site. It's just a lot more smokes and a lot more chaos, it feels, on this side. At least that you have to actually cross through. YFP testing out Hookah, and it's gonna
Waylay
back
comes
it
through.
away. Salvos try and catch
Oh,
energy.
his gun
to
was
force
poking
them
out.
Forward. Darkest with
And
a big
gets
pick,
cooked.
and
Wait.
Shondex wants to trade. and now
Shondex
he's
got fried too.
overwhelmed
Wait,
by
hold on.
two.
5v3.
Seekers that you wanted to see there from Jack trying to lead the way. Is it enough
They
to
hold?
suppress? You throw the Armageddon into the big
Damn,
two,
yo, the
and
dog got the
gets
kill.
solved.
And this guy's gone, bro. Yeah,
YFP
Net's
really proving to be
gone,
the top
bro.
dogs of this round. We're gonna need to pick up a lot
Yo,
more
good
of
dog
those.
kill, bro.
You want to keep an NRG shadow.
Yeah, to capitalize on the first mistake. The gun sticking out behind the Viper
Good
wall from
dog.
Ange, and then the rest followed suit, and great utility usage by YFP. The Seekers to dog to really clear out sites was super nice here from Jack. And yeah, everything you just saw it all unravel. I'm not going to enumerate every single piece of util that really cleared out the site, but the punishing blows were definitely towards that hookah control that you're trying to recontest here for Energy Academy. and it was almost like we are kind of nervous in a scenario here because we had a teammate that got hit by the conversions path on the attack side for Vita. So trying to save your teammate, trying to get into great positions, and unfortunately, you got caught off guard.
Yeah, it took heavy investments from YFP, but that may prove that swapping it up, getting into B is a hittable site, and there is going to be a way to crack those defenses of someone like Ned, who's going to be the biggest thorn in YFP's side when it comes to the left side of the map. And kind of what risks do NRG want to do? Because they've been able, like I said, to not win the round before it starts, but get so many picks that the retakes look so easy. So it depends on how early NRG want to be active on.
Yeah, and the silver lining too is that YFP's second round bye, despite them losing that round, they've still done some good econ damage against Energy Academy. So that doesn't really allow Energy A to get an op out early, and Renz has to play a rifle still. Now he's trying to jiggle to find some information at the same time, but these small dubs you're going to take for YFP is definitely small victories that could allow for you to win in the long run, right? If they actually win this round here, they're going to put Energy Academy onto Nico right away.
Would love if Ziff also planted if you wanted to pit up, especially if you're going to A. That could be really difficult to get through. Depending on how many
Shondeck's walking all the way through spawn, but this guy's still playing like he's on Viper, bro.
bells and whistles Energy have left at their disposal.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Well, I mean, look at him. You have such a good positioning for Shondex. He's about to get this backstab onto the brimstone.
What?
Beautiful combo with the flashes, the orbital strength to stop them from escaping, but you let the
Three.
gap, and his name is Net.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, a triple kill would look to be so assured
No
for
four.
YFP.
And he stunned that. Yeah.
It's all thrown into the bin.
Shondex could even get his timing to get the backstab. Everybody's doing perfect anchoring on that front of that site, starting with Net. Net, after spraying for that second kill, there's a flash that actually hit right behind him from Giza that gives him the assist to be able to get that third kill. Look at this right here. Lines up the first two. Hear that flash being popped. There you go. It's fully
I think that's the third flank I've seen from Yo, Dinko W, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Damn, why did I speed run that?
Now,
Dinko
that
W,
is
thank you for
what
the
I was
follow.
going to mention before
I
here, a
appreciate
great
you.
position where YP could break the economy from Energy Academy, but they have such a strong hold on that A side previously that they've only lost, what, one player in the process, maybe two? The economy's still good on their side right now, so they've leveled out the playing field too, and they could maintain a stronghold on the defensive side.
Little peep from Shondex going through the TP, back over to B. But also, there's something about Net where he's always at the right place at the right time. Just think about like
Love the
pistol
TikTok content.
flank
Think
where
it,
he goes
keep it up. Thank you.
undetected to
Thank you,
just-
Dink. Thank you,
The
Dink.
whole site looks clear to YFP to just that one nook that they did not check. So you got to have all your bases covered if
Vita
you're
dashes
YFP, and none
through.
other than Vita's trying to get ahead of it, and he's out of it too.
That guy really wanted his shorty kill, bro. Gets a little 50 tag onto Net, but that's about it.
Position he can
Oh, another Walkman to Renz is judging you all, bro. Stun, slide, bang, another one. Oh, wait, Vita back sight. Hold on. Wait! Vita!
This is insane.
Vita!
Heroics to heroics. Now a 1v1.
Hold on!
Ace the
You
left
might
here for
1v5
Vita.
this!
And Giza is getting on his hill. He's getting to heaven. See how he does.
Vita has the ulti too after the plant, so he could just play tucked in. Oh, throws his hand though.
Ooh.
This time, you want to go for the ace. You could also just stall for time. Virgin paths. May have just affected Giza there, and now he's on the other side. Taps the spike. Looks pretty okay. He's even got a flash in the back pocket, but
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! The prodigy!
the ace for YFP.
Vita!
They were just mentioning at the
Oh my
definition too,
gosh,
highlight on
bro.
Vita, where Liz was mentioning that Vita had a lot to prove, and he's definitely showing in the server right now how he can turn it around for the team. Because despite the amount of times they were trying to get an entry into the site, look at how much damage Renz did in the first place. They tried to go for the dive behind the smoke to take down Net, and Net somehow still stayed alive. But then it comes down to this. 0 assists. There's no flashes, nothing to help him out. He just brute forces his way in. Lines up to 2 kills as they're getting stuck towards the back of the site, and then plays that 1v1. Not necessarily
Huge
perfection, but
round
gets
for
it done
Vita,
for
bro.
sure, and keeps YFP now back in the game.
Dude, I mean, Energy Academy on an eco now.
What a showing too. An
Naked
exciting
missile.
player
Oh
to
my
watch.
god.
We get
Yo,
to see
Vita!
more of him.
He's feeling it crazy. He's feeling it now, bro.
I guess it wasn't even the flash this time. Didn't even need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody heal him.
Bloods, and that's something that Energy have to adjust to, whether it's to give more space, whether to counter the dive somehow. Now just taking position through showers, maybe trying to wrap around the A short position.
That's some of the teams have been doing quite well too on how to adapt against the Waylay double dash. You try to figure out where the limit of where he's dashing at from, and then just be just on the outside of it, even if the saturation.
Bro, I'm not gonna
is too
lie.
easy
I'm
or
still thinking about.
far
I'm
enough
still thinking
range,
about
you're
that.
not
Those
gonna get
shots
hit
were
by a
so
40 or
clean
a
from
shotgun,
Vito,
right?
bro.
So you gotta readjust.
Xander,
the
can you do
position
that?
towards that back of the site, and he could have a much better.
Xander,
spawn
we
goal
might
on the defense.
need
That
to
said,
get
that's
you
just
signed,
the
bro.
run that we currently have here for Energy Academy
No?
this round.
Bro, you guys are like the same
Getting
age.
active.
I just bot fragged.
Really trying to pull a miracle for the Sheriffs.
Oh my gosh, our energy about to eco.
Net with 2.
Dude.
Renz inspires them. And Energy in the driver's seat.
Vita
We're coming
17?
into
Think
this
so,
with
yeah.
Mostly Sheriffs.
Oh my gosh,
man,
and
Ziphus
Giza.
gets out of dodge.
Wait.
Okay, Giza with the
Guy missed.
trading there.
It's fine. He can just run B and everybody gets guns.
Ziphus
Or run
had a
A, I
chance to
mean.
plan after all, but does
Heal, everybody gets guns. Now they can all TP.
I don't think so. It's so hard to do.
Dude, 3v1 for Ziff. Oh, good ult.
Oh my
Good ult.
God.
He
You're
wants
giving
this.
so much space now.
He saw Vita win it.
Oh, he's just on the outside of it. Oh,
Okay.
the timing.
I was gonna say, what I was gonna say
And that's the thing
is he saw Vita win a 1v3
The time that he takes to set the pin
and
out, you still have to heal. The
wanted
key
to
from
do it
Giza.
too.
That's why he gave up that position. Let him plant. Everybody's gonna go at full HP. We're gonna Nico. We're gonna pick up the guns
Unfortunate
that
for
were left
brother.
behind
It's
here
okay.
Towards that U-Haul. And then
Or
as that
does
pin
Vita hit a
comes out,
1v5,
Force
bro?
Triple jump inside of it, and
If he can 1v5, I
point
can
blank,
1v3.
3 versus 1, you have such a higher percentage to be able to trade that out.
Rawr.
That it was questionable to use
That's
the pin,
Ziff.
but I still respect it. It's still Ziff no matter what.
NT, I guess.
So,
Yeah,
this
it's about,
is gonna stall
it's
them
about all
for
you
a
can
bit.
say.
We have to talk about what just happened there in that previous round too. Not only on Renz trying to create a diversion, but on how precise he had to be on that double swing out from the smoke from showers to connect into instant headshots from both Net and I think Ange was the other one too. Beautifully displayed, held down that push from YFP, and that shouldn't have happened, but it is what it is when it comes down to players that have good aim. Those Sheriffs are going to be very, very deadly at that distance.
And this Maryville core was already such a good team, and now you bring in this leader, this very experienced caller that can also give you confidence in the ideas that you do have.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just humming the music I was listening to this morning,
bro.
bro.
That can propel them to that next level.
This
and
JoJo's
NRG
opening.
are looking good
Bro,
in situations that
I low
look
key
dire when it's,
feel
again,
disgusting
a
every time I
team
sit
of
here and think, and I'm
sheriffs
like, damn.
against the world.
I really
YFP
got
just
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
really
openings on my
struggle getting into
playlist,
this
bro.
A site.
Dog, but like
Better
they're
weapons
fire,
or
but like
not.
at the same
And,
time, like I
yeah,
low key
Vita can
can't,
get you
I
the
low
first
key can't
points,
do
but
that. You know what I'm saying?
How can you really hold that space and the post plane ideally?
Smoke's down.
Standard stuff happening right now. A little bit of a, yeah, maybe towards the smoke if I could look at it from the edge here of that mini map. Maybe trying to
John Dex for
take
one.
advantage of
Flash comes through.
a misplaced smoke on purpose.
Bro. Vita tried to dash on him and Sean Dex dashed
Different
away.
script here, but I like that YFP are going back to a default and just trying
Wait.
to assess the best option, which
Young
the best
flipping
option is making
penguins.
this round as quick as possible. But we could match.
I don't know
Thrifty for
why.
Thrifty.
I don't know why.
I'm on board with that.
But I
The
feel like
4
an eco's
versus
coming.
4, and Renz, that rifle. To get picked up
Be
by Ziff, I
scared.
believe. So now YFP feeling even better. The orbital strike has to come out from the defense. And RG giving a lot of respect to this.
Maybe
Even
three.
the Seekers, 2 ultimates. No clear advantage. As NRG still have to clear. At least they'll get vision up on Heaven. Ziff is
I'm
trying
watching
to
Bao Scrim records
deny
while
that
I
already.
queue. Blessed Chud Life.
No way.
What do you mean you're
Jack is
watching
getting ahead
Bao
of this.
Scrim
Wait,
records?
Is it really a Thrifty for Thrifty? Net has to anchor them like he usually does, and he's dancing. The conversion
1v2
pass.
for
Now, what,
Stallion.
3 ultimates out of NRG against the Thrifty.
I got Bao added on
That
Val.
gets the
What?
round,
And you're
but
just staring at his
I mean, to maintain the lead,
You're
the
just
way
staring
that
at
it's
his-
been and how chaotic it got. For
Dude, you are
and
sick.
Energy A side. I mean, you'll take it. You have to try to salvage that round in the end. That shouldn't have happened. You just mentioned it. Vito went for the dive into the B site and got punished right away. So the guys on the A site,
This guy's just staring at his at his friends list.
Is actually Vita on that dive that as we've seen. So they still gave YP too much respect, falling back towards that spawn, where Jack is going to take the 4th position out of that and just right-click classic close range. So I think at that point, you know you're playing against an anti-eco. Just respect him at the same time, too. Don't give him that space because you know what happens there. You know what just happened previously when Energy Academy themselves got the thrifty with the pistols, right? So use your rifles to your advantage, man.
Smoke's down.
Seekers out. Jack and friends moving forward, but in position to plant, but they need a position to feel secure in and throw the orbital strike from Stallion just to disrupt NRG Academy. But it's not creating any advantages, but the flashes from Jack surely do. NRG Academy still looming at the back of YFP's minds.
2-2.
It's just
Ziff.
such a brawl for YFP to establish in these rounds.
Oh.
Netta's at the back of
Yo,
the
that was low key. Yo, anyone that's like a hard YFP fan, I know you're stressed.
More convincing fashion, but it still feels like such a
Jack
bloodbath
swings that. Oh
game.
my gosh.
Agreed. And what I'm noticing here from YFP as well is it doesn't look like the cleanness on how you could swing off each other fundamentally, but they have such good firepower that they could trade off in these.
Also,
maybe 2 or 3
16 to
seconds
3 is
later.
kind of big.
Like look how Giza goes nuclear right over here for that double kill, and how they were just a little bit off kilter when they went for that double swing outside of the smoke. They dropped the spike, got punished out of that one too, but then you're watching each other's backs, re-swinging as we're picking up guns. And you're able to salvage that round, save that round for YFP, where Energy Academy could have ran away with this half. Could have been a 9-3, but now this is very doable here for YFP to keep this close.
Teleport out from Shondex, and not expecting YFP to have so much mid presence. It looked YFP so they usually are so committed to just flooding into A every round, but one of the first times we've seen YFP actually work the map a bit more.
I'm liking this, man. Keeping an eye out on Jack and on Vita. They're doing excellent work right now. And I think that's probably the reason why, too, they're keeping Jack on this guy, because they're playing him like a duelist.
Vita, go bait. And, well, he baited well. He got to picking up the kills, so
4v2.
sometimes that's all you need your waylay to do.
Nah, YFP just got this round, bro. YFP got it, bro.
Flashes in, YFP. He's has to face the double swing, and Jack's doing his Beyblade impressions.
1v3 tonight. This guy's a judge, bro.
Now it's
He's mulling
just
off. They
against
know
the
exactly
world,
where
but
he
if I had to
is.
put a bet on it,
This
Nat
is.
would be the best guy for the
Oh
job.
wait, I'm trolling. He picked up
Kinda
a
volleyed
gun.
off, so they must know where
Wait,
he
be
is.
scared.
Yeah.
It's Net. Don't
Actually,
be scared.
they let him sneak out. I mean, play it to your advantage, right? It's off the tap. You can triple swing. You're in a good spot.
Someone swings out of heaven, and there we go, 7-5, and the extra body shots here from YFP are telling me they're starting to get fired up. They're either mad or they're getting confident. And either way, that's gonna make YFP play better, I think.
Not looking good.
And the
Map 3.
confidence is there
Goal.
when it comes down
How's your
to
stream? My
giving
stream's
them
going okay.
these
What's up,
tools, they're gonna
Lendoff?
take it in stride.
Lendoff, I saw that you guys
They
almost threw
are
map
coming
1.
outside of the smoke too.
Bro, but low key. Listen,
They're just
I'm not
like
even trying to hate.
for sure. And it almost seems like a new way of approaching this.
Y'all are
tactical shooter of Valorant. Before you're trying to play
kind of look.
the cleanest macro
They kinda look.
whatsoever. But now it's just like the old school style of playing tactical FPS.
What is this, rage bait? It's not even rage bait. I'm genuinely so serious. I saw you almost threw map 1, but listen, if you think about it, that's like a compliment, because I'm just saying, like, bro, you guys really got like a really big lead. What were you up, 9-3?
We'll get to see how this double duelist kick into gear.
You're not
They
that
get to
Wildfire or
write their
Jerk or
story on
GMD?
the
Yeah,
tap.
no, you guys are playing great, bro.
All these
Bro,
smokes and all
listen,
this util.
Lendoff, why are you taking so long to type the other names?
YFP are
Listen,
not gonna let you feel
Atlas
too
and
secure
Riker
on
are
the
your
other
big
side of
dogs.
all
Don't
this
forget, bro.
vision securement, and RG already used the refract, so it's gonna have to be
Wildfire,
an
Jerk, and
all-in
GMD are
or
great, obviously.
an all
But I know
out,
what your
'cause we
big
still
dogs
have
are, bro.
Net
I'm eating a prawn cracker, chill.
lurking through the other side of the map, but not in a position for showers.
Just British things. What do you mean you're eating a prawn
Did you grab
cracker?
an orb, and then what?
Like, what are you talking
I don't
about?
think they could really cancel and go through their TP because there's no insert in showers. It's actually a
There's a
lurk that you
prawn
have to net on
cracker.
short A, so they're just gonna have to cut noise and just flash pop and hope to fight. Waste out that second wave of util.
Hello?
and Hope for the best.
Alvita gets caught sitting on the other side.
You've
of
never
the
had a
smoke.
prawn cracker?
There's that pop-up, and kind of
No.
a risk to go through it without that showers insert, as you mentioned, but no one home. But wait, someone on their tail, actually. Dark is
Hello?
playing cat and mouse. Stallion's playing the ultimate
Wait,
ace.
Stallion for 3 with the frenzy!
Chip of NRG
Hold up,
Academy.
2v2.
Until Shondex and Ange have to respond. 2 versus 2 for the
Darkest picks up the mystical frenzy.
And we're flip-flopping the map again. Only 15 seconds
Is
left.
Darkus chasing them
If
through the
nothing
TP?
challenges them.
Good news too is Gak also flashed towards the spawn, so they have nothing left to retake. Just gotta try to find a timing, so we're planning safe for the attack for energy.
The magical frenzy!
1 versus 2 left for the planner.
Straight. Oh, shit.
Oh, you're anything but safe. But
Sean
Sean
Dex.
does tuck into the box in time.
Damn!
And it's good enough. NRG will take the pistol in both of them of this map.
Okay, that's a ban.
It's insane how they were able to convert that round. What a clutch. The impact frags coming out from Sean Dex. He was just trying to play rotate
Bro,
on the defensive
bro.
side, and now has to go into the clutch and makes it work. And again, I was mentioning it was difficult for them to go for that TP into showers. They had to bait and figure out what was happening on the other side of the smoke. So as they cut noise and they went for bait util on their side, they counted.
Lendolf,
They
your
heard
team is
whenever
great, bro.
util was coming in and being counteracted
I'm happy for
by
you, man.
YFP. So they knew there was going to be weak side towards A. So the TP call is right towards the end.
Now, here's the thing.
But it's also
Nightblood
Sean
Gaming
Dex
might be
that
the
saved round, too.
greatest. But, you know, your team is
Great
great.
to see him
You know
show
what I'm
up and
saying?
even flex so many different roles and
Map 3 time?
grow
Good
so
luck,
much
brother.
As a player since what the Blue Water days and
I hope you win.
slotting beautifully into this core team. It's NRG
Cheers.
hoping to shake YFP to the core in the second half.
Why do y'all
to
talk like
get
that?
the
I'm
anti-eco
sorry, but like,
going,
cheers.
but
If we lose, I won't be back.
It's
Okay.
really NRG that have done better in these lower buys considering they
I'm
have the
so-
Swift
I'm
and
sorry,
YFP
I'm sorry.
don't, but YFP have the power of friendship. Kind of this doubling up that we have from Jack and Ziff.
Listen, I need
There's gonna
to...
be bloodbath all across the map. They
Oh,
should win this
good
fight here
reference.
towards that B side, but at the same time, Ange should get punished towards
Jack.
Quick follow-up from Sean.
Wait,
Dex, but
YFP?
YFP have put up such a resistance at different points of the map now on the flank.
How?
and
How?
Spike in sight. NRG, that's my bad. I would like to do a formal apology to NRG for caster cursing your anti-eco. NRG stepping in, and
Holy
the surprise
eco.
bandit comes up. So maybe
Bro, I think the thrifty
three
was
for the
like...
Stallion.
What's up with YFP and the
Just as I
Ricos,
mentioned
bro?
Before on that first half, when YFP's play on the attack side and not running a Senti, Energy Academy could get a taste of their own medicine, which is exactly what happened. After this first kill, though, and Ren slides in, he was so spread out across with his teammates that, yes, he's able to slide to find the first information, but never saw Stallion swinging out from 10. So they really got caught off guard in that scenario. And again, Ange forced to play a 1 versus 2. He has the distance to his advantage, but it's two guys with classics being very accurate with taking their time on the taps. They get that pick. YP is able to convert a thrifty round. So we're going to have pretty much this type of game, it seems like, for the whole series.
Gonna be a good one. Oh, Shonix, he's got his good shoes on. Already jumping past Vita, who's
Guy's
hoping
in,
to
bro.
prevent that from
Has a
happening.
bucky.
And now
Smoke
you
does
gotta
not
respect
matter.
the space from NRG. There's some delays from Y. Ooh, right on the edge of the molly. Let's get the. Oh, Ange is suffering. He is burning and suffering
Ange
and is
is
now dead.
very
So,
dead.
Was it worth it? I always like having Ange in the games.
They
See
get
if
planned.
Y. Yeah, they got a plant. Is it worth it? That is the.
After watching all the Tucci
question.
games,
You got the
which
orbital
team do you
strike.
think could make
Stallion
champs?
claims one
Okay,
with it, and the
I
rest of
know
YFP.
this is terrible timing because they just
Flooding
lost
beautifully
today,
off each other. The
but I'm so
chemistry is there
serious when I
despite
say
kinda changing up the roster for
Shopify
the
Rebellion
stage.
Black
Awesome to see.
might, like,
They got the plat
if they
beating
play
out the Brimstone Ultimate, though, for Energy Academy.
Valorant.
That's not too bad. But yes, indeed. That's why I didn't really want to look back.
They,
into, like, the
I
record
think
of
they are
YFP
the
on Fine
team
before,
in
even
North
though
America
I think they played it twice in,
with the
on the
best
first
chance
stage. But a whole different
to make champs.
whole different team
I
could be a
think.
different comp to play. in
I'm
the
trying to
past, too,
think. Am
so
I missing
just
anybody?
trying to digest how it really meshes in right now for this type of roster. I think this is also the first time we get to see them on broadcast as well. So we're walking into a lot of the unknown of how YFP actually plays with this type of,
Hell, Core could do
you
it
know, Ziff with the
too
Ziff
if
and
they-
Darkus, I like to say now, with the experience here from playing a lot of challengers
I
in
mean,
the past and
I don't
the
know.
VCT circuit in the past, and Stallion, Vita, and Jack, lesser known names
Who
in
knows?
my eyes, but
We'll figure
they're
it out.
definitely
Low-key,
making
they
themselves
could.
known now.
They have some
Time, I
talented
think
guys.
Vita's
That's what
been
I'll say about Core. They have
punished
some hella
Trying to
talented
create an
guys.
opportunity at Belong. IFP will benefit just
Well, they
well,
play
not
as cool,
benefit.
too.
They'll
It's
return
just like,
back
you know.
to square one, which is the fundamentals of just defending
After roster
B
changes and some
and
meta stuff,
hoping
like, yeah.
to hold your angles. Dog is gonna discover energy is still.
I'm saying I don't think
there.
any will, but it's
NRG
fun to
have
think about my
different
Dark Horse team.
goals in
Be
mind.
Core.
We're already trying to
Nice
clear
pick.
through A, but that forward position from Darkus
Yeah,
was
out of
huge.
like every team.
Dog heard 2 sets of
Yeah.
shots. They didn't know there was a third one.
I mean,
there,
hell, bro.
but it
Yo, if
allowed for
YFP
one
make
person
champs,
to
bro.
peek up and go for the high
I'm gonna
risk,
beg
try
Nima
to
for a
see if
spot
you can
back.
isolate a one
No,
versus
I'm
one, and Darkness did just that.
That YFP take advantage of
Nima,
that.
please.
You're not gonna cower and wait. You're gonna get active in NRG Academy. Got the util to have YFP on the back foot.
Launching missile.
But there's always been delays from YFP. If it's not a Molly from Stallion, it's salvos from Darkest. And the moment to swing off the boxes. And NRG are thinking the same thing of wrapping around the back line of YFP, but it's YFP just taking matters into their own hands. So much waiting, so much reacting from NRG Academy, and now they're not acting at all.
And that was kind of nice too for Darkest to say, screw it. These guys are probably going to think I'm going to use my second salvo as they tap the spike. I'm just going to walk inside the smoke because there was no pressure coming in on the other side after they went for the initial hit on the side of Energy Academy. You know, you saw the convergence path come out here on the attack side. There's no really big
Yeah,
flash,
realistically,
but
I don't
smokes to
think.
really get themselves
Who knows?
confused
Actually, by the
because
end of the
first
year,
attempt
one of
of
these
that
tier 2
spike
teams
plant,
like you could make
to
champs. I'm
get
not gonna
pushed away
lie.
from the salvos.
I was gonna say I don't
They
think any of
find the
these tier
time
2
to
teams are
fight
gonna make
back
champs
through, that
either,
brimstone
but
smoke.
low key,
Defensive brimstone smoke in that area is so difficult to play against.
someone can make it. Someone
although
can
even
make it
attack
work.
side smoke,
Like
if it's
one team.
not deep
Surely
enough,
one
it's
tier
gonna
2
come down to
team makes it to
defense
champs,
and
right?
punish you in
Out
that
of
moment.
every
So,
region.
very well done for YFP to, especially on Darkest, to find two great timings to do two big punishes.
Energy Academy only have picked up, I think, one round, and that was the pistol. And everything fell apart from there. So kudos to YFP on
Bro,
mounting that 3
yo,
round
if that
deficit
enterprise
at
team,
some point.
if that enterprise team doesn't get ripped apart, bro,
So you gotta feel comfortable with
low
the
key,
fact that YFP are acting so early in these fights.
they might
Having
be
confidence to
the
do
one
so
in EMEA.
against NRG's plan that hasn't blossomed in the last couple of rounds. But it was off of a thrifty, and it's off of a flawless. So YFP may be doing a bit of mental damage in these ones too.
For sure. The mental damage, the econ damage has been really good for both sides and keeping this game going back and forth because of those scenarios. Now an early flash looking out towards Showers to position 2 players out there while we're also walking down towards Long B.
You need to see your
Gets
tier 2 team
information there
from somewhere to
Vita,
make
but
it.
no kills. Renz punishes on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Vita is able to get a band-aid this time.
One
Shandex
team.
needs more than that.
Jack,
he needs a
big
whole
kill.
hospital.
Oh my gosh,
And
Vita's jumping at this
YFP
guy with the
is
shorty.
sending more
Bro, like,
players to that
it's just
front
like, it's so childish. Oh my gosh!
It's insane.
Oh
you
my
bring the
God.
shotgun to, wow, to Ange, and he's
Oh,
got 5
bro, I
HP
thought
and a
Darkest was
dream,
gonna
and
win
he
that, bro.
pulls
And just
off the
5
thrifty
HP,
dream for
dude.
NRG Academy. What was that round?
Like I said, this is one of those moments where, especially we're in a meta right now where we don't have a chance to add filler words. You just have to figure out when the next kill is going to happen because it's going to happen instantly when these guys are just diving into every moment. Look at Vita. A kill there does have a shorty get so close to try to get that pick off the shorty. And thankfully, you had Ange that had some help, I think, from Net at the same time, and they make the Guardians too. It was a thrifty, but there was still 2 Guardians purchased on the attack side. And good on Renz to move forward and find this timing after he sees where the Outlaw missed.
Post time and Energy Academy back in the lead, but Vita is always causing trouble.
Gets
and he
slowed,
brings
but, like,
Rex not
just
in the
doesn't
same
matter.
Position, and not in
Vita
a
gets
position
fried.
that Darkest can trade
Oh,
from.
bro, good
The
drone
Salvo,
scan.
they threw a drone, they have information,
Stallion
and
gets
YFP
out,
have a
gets
plan,
the heal.
and it's to redeem the round.
Dude,
and
now
they
it's just 3
already
guys shown in
have.
backside.
Energy Academy thought there was a
Ziff
window
needs
to
to start
walk in,
coming.
and they trip up yet again.
Got kill.
Even the pop out,
Oh,
even
yeah.
when Ange was hard
Darkest for
locked,
3 on the
Darkest
round.
just ruins 2. And YFP have equalized right after that thrifty.
I'm just very happy to
Can't
see
wait to see
Research
the
in
Neon
Sky,
Nurse. Might throw some
back
stuff
in
on the grill when
game
they
because
announce
this
it.
is such a fun agent to play in the ranked games, and to see Jack getting such good value off the flashes and also being able to shoot. Both him and Giza have been doing an excellent job.
What are you
for,
throwing on the grill,
either
bro?
side on defense, specifically to support right now the anchoring and the timings to swing out of these smokes.
Dude, listen, bro.
So you have a little bit of everything right now coming out for YFP. Some hero plays.
What do
some
people
heroic
even
plays,
grill,
some good
bro?
Teamwork, and also some heavy aggression.
Like, I'm trying
coming
to
out from
think.
Vita. Exactly
Like, I know
what
you
we were
grill
just
meats,
mentioning
but what
before when we're
meats do
looking
you
at
even
this
grill, bro?
proposition. You could add
Oh.
so much of different flavors
Throw
from
some
different
links on
metas
there,
from the
bro.
past to today, and making it work in our own playstyle today for YFP is.
Do
is
people
quite
grill
nice.
steaks?
You tied up the game now and put energy back into an eco.
I don't know why it's so hard for me to think
But
about
it's,
what people
shares
actually
across the
grill.
board.
Like in their grill up some burgers.
Well, Energy Academy have done it before. Snakebite is gonna injure Giza a little bit. He's got heals and he's fine. So now Energy Academy, at least the advantage they have is time. YFP gonna invest the Armageddon. They don't want to waste any precious second. Vita will watch over with the up. No, he actually is just gonna get into the site.
200.
And on top of
Stand.
Ren's
Oh
head,
my
I don't know if
god.
he-
Ren's come back!
Oh no.
Ren's come
Wait, he's
back!
back. We need you. He'll be back. He's back.
Flash?
An Energy Academy, they're kind of smoked off the spike.
Ren's
At
a
least they
fraud.
got the
Yeah.
mollies to stall, but YFP have the kills, and that's what wins rounds.
I have some
Oh, that was
steaks.
so
I have some
unfortunate.
steaks, some chicken.
Swinging outside of the into the TP, also
Have the guys
loses all
over,
that
have some
space that
brewskis, yup.
Reds was able to take in the first place with the Bucky, and that allowed here YFP to scale back up towards that short A side, and we
Listen, bro,
almost
all
saw
of
13
that
come in
sounds
their favor
great for when
Energy
Neon gets
Academy,
nerfed.
on top of wasting 2 big ults from Vita and from Darkus. That was so close, but they still make something positive out of it, right? There's less ultimates to work with this time around too for the defense for YFP. Still have Seeker, Stallion 1 kill away of getting his
Yo, it's raining
strike.
outside.
And a very interesting look. It almost looked like they're going to 5-man stack for YFP at the beginning of this round, but they are looking for some sort of aggressive trap play, probably from a peak to start things off from Vita, maybe saturate salvo.
Good off shot. Why would you?
Don't
Don't you dare cover frag, bro.
He's usually dashing around getting info. This time he has an op in hookah. You always gotta keep
Neon Nerf's gonna
guessing
feed
when it comes
Jetmans
to
for generations.
tracking the trends of a guy like Vita gives him a first blood, and that's what's been consistent.
Neon
about
Nerf's gonna kill Temet.
Yeah, and it's so
Okay.
good. They get the op kill towards Hookah. They dog
Okay, 10
late
minutes.
and deep into showers. They know this hit's coming towards the A side short because they also triple walk down through the smoke at Fountain. Vita's
Can
ready
they
for
do
another
these smokes
op shot.
again? Oh, the stun actually hit. Bro, nobody's clearing bench. They do these smokes and then go out and nobody cleared bench. What? Okay. Net just went really slow shower.
Through all the chaos. You're barely comfortable for a plant here. Seekers from Giza just to keep YFP still for just a second.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all get a TP, bro. Everybody's here. There's 4 dudes.
Just let her rip to nuclear bomb the place whenever they feel like it, and
I guess?
the Academy says you can't catch us yet. So
Fight
you
through
can
backside.
promise
Win.
if we kill you.
Damn.
Energy Academy though, they had a good start, but not a great finish to that
Me too.
push. We're in an even 2 versus 2. Renz and Ned.
Okay, maybe not fight through backside and win. They lost.
Jack is insane right now. And I love the surprise play from Energy Academy to push back towards that spawn. They're playing their own mind games. A couple of rounds ago when they were trying to tap spike and bait out Util, they're like, well, let's stop playing this game. Let's bring the fight over here to YFP. And it looks so good until Jack is still alive and is able to capitalize on those frags. Because there was a couple of mistakes coming through here, especially from Zip. He had 3 guys out in the open in multiple locations. Nobody facing him.
How'd that almost
as he
work?
missed a
I don't
couple
know,
of
bro.
shots.
Because they're great.
And yet, unfortunately, couldn't get any kills. And then he almost hit the plant. But Jack, once again,
Oh,
sees that
Jack.
round.
Jack.
Play, dude.
Jack!
Again, he's like, your room.
Jack doesn't even need Jill at this point. Like, YFP, just take control of the situation. At this point, get rid of NRG's guns. They have done better on thrifty.
There is a gun for
pistols
them to
this
grab
half
that's
than with
pretty
rifles.
free.
And maybe I'm believing in Ange here because he's the one with the sheriff. And now you got to try and hop through all these smokes and get into B with these kind of weapons. But hey, I look towards Giza. Already healed his buddy back up, and he's got a flashing dog. So that's going to be their best chance.
That's a good news, too. They know that Vita's out of the question as for now when the pressure just came in from an orbital strike in the sky. So they want to re-hit into B. If they could open this up, this is a pit that's available for them as well.
And
they're not trying to flash themselves too. They just want to let the wall come down and hoping maybe in the later seconds of this round, especially now, maybe they could pop outside of this flash. There was 2 options: pop outside of this smoke rather, or wait for it to dissipate and just try to go for the trades and pit into the site. But B's definitely the finish.
Stallion has just made it so annoying for NRG to cross, but you know what's annoying? A bullet in the chest. It's been even, but Zip from behind NRG Academy.
Giza, can you get it done?
suppressed them all.
No, he
And it's
cannot.
just chaos getting through the
Stallion
YFP
takes him down.
setup.
Damn. Wait, wasn't
And
this like a
match point here
6-1 start for NRG or
YFP.
something? Am I
This
trolling?
is insane, and this is NRG's pick, and we've talked about just how structured and
6-2.
disciplined NRG Academy are, and they just haven't been able to adapt against YFP, but they
No.
will have a timeout
5-2,
that.
6-3.
And it did so good in the first place to pop flash outside of the defensive smoke to get the first punish. But I think what kind of messed things up.
But this was a 7-5 half, bro. YFP have been so locked.
Pop flash
They won that
on
eco
both
and then
sides
just
of tin.
locked it in.
So now you're blocking yourself, your own vision. As
Well,
you're
I'm
trying to
surprised the
scale
second
into
time
the
out from
map
Energy
instead of
Academy is
having
coming so
maybe
late.
deeper smokes
Only
or no
when they hit
smokes
12.
at all. And it just made it for the players on the anchoring on that B side just to walk out of the smoke and catch two players off guard as you're scaling up. So that was just unfortunate. Maybe, I mean, at that point, if you really have
They
to
just don't
commit
get
to a
ecoed?
smoke
I mean, who
into
knows,
a
bro?
site that's closer for you to scale in. Maybe
Maybe
one of them
YFP
so
just
that
have
you
a
could maybe
crazy
focus
back
on
on
the other
defense
side with the two as you're scaling up.
They're
Right?
just locked.
You can't think that the
Some of these
coast is
rounds have
always
been
gonna
in
be
real,
clear
though.
when there's objects blocking the way. We've seen so many times so far that YFP, Darkest, for example, and this time Stallion are able to find their moments to push out of those smokes and do those punishes.
But like more duelists does not equal more kills or more firepower, and I like that YFP lean on more of the delay tactics of mollies, snake bites, flashes, salvos. So much for YFP to throw at Energy Academy in the right timings to do so. Like Stallion throws out the molly as Energy are walking in through smokes. So now Energy have to play it flawless from here on out post timeout. Let's see what they're cooking.
Poison's off.
Tried to do a similar play, but adding Vita on top of that with the op to peek out towards Sands. That's why Jack didn't really pop the flash right away. Because it was hoping players to like jump around and turn around and allowing Vita to swing out to get the pick. I like how you're tucking those flashes right into the corner too.
Dude.
Cool stuff once
And
again.
just
Love to see
full
this guy
dead.
back.
Darkest found the.
Darkest just gets away with this.
Never mind!
And had to change his angle and just, I guess, give up trust in Ned. I don't know, but it's YFP.
Stallion?
Big Hail Mary, and it was a big part of the delays that YFP had
Rear sight.
on this A side.
Stallion is stunned.
Jack does even it up, and more
Jack
so swings it for YFP's favor.
Going through it.
NRG Academy
Vita, 2v1 with the op in hand.
Fast and loose.
Both
and
TP. This guy can
now
grab a
it's
gun
gonna
pretty
be
freely.
towards the other part of the map. After seeing
Oh, let's
how
see this. He
many
TP
YFP
straight behind
members
them
were here.
too. Yo, are they TPing again?
Pick up a weapon.
Nope,
Oh,
just
there you
ult.
go. There's the Phantom. UI
Double
to
dash.
pick up.
Oh, one?
way.
Oh, bro. If Vita, bro. If his gun came out just like a little bit earlier.
Also makes for a great
If his gun
map.
came out just like a little bit earlier.
That was so close too. What a great timing picked up there by Vita to get at least that first frag. But thankfully Net was thinking on his toes, being able to trade that one out right away after hearing the dashes come through, and Energy stays alive in this fight. Although a very expensive round for them to win, and that would be one of those great moments where Vita pulling out an outlaw would be huge for this round. He has been sniping throughout the majority of the half, decides to rifle instead. Maybe he's realizing here too that Energy Academy are kind of staying as a group for their sight hits, so and they're choosing the right sites every time. So for him to try to retake with an op seems a little bit too difficult. So he wants to now play a rifle to be with the team, with the action.
Darkest really needs to be with the team because you don't want to give these rounds to Energy Academy. And now you got the convergent pass.
A little bit of damage comes through. Sondex gets to heal back up.
Academy know how to use it.
This was
it's actually accessing this backline of YFP and trying to dislodge people from YFP within that U-Haul, and it's been very difficult.
It's not this
for
guy confirmed
NRG
if they're
Academy.
the
Only 3 rounds in this half. Convergent pass will clear the
Wait,
way.
Vita
The
just
flash
isn't
right
getting
behind
cleared.
The duelist, and this is a pretty
Oh,
big
only
gap.
one?
It does get a trap.
Bro, I've seen this guy do magical things, bro. All of a sudden, he only wants to get one. I guess. And
swing on the planter, and
they rip TP.
NRG Academy
Let's see it,
pivot.
Ziff.
Yeah, but Ziff is still
How much are we
already
looking
here.
at? Nothing. You better get out of there, boy. Oh my gosh.
Right there from
Yeah,
Net.
their money's kind of fried too on some of these guys.
So intuitive on what to expect from YFP and shutting down any potential.
Oh, look at
flank,
Net
and
too, bro.
NRG Academy.
Yeah, they're getting out.
Keep this within 1, barring anything
Never
crazy
mind. They are
here.
not getting out.
Still end in regulation, or NRG Academy could really level up their second half and send us into OT soon.
This is almost very costly though, Lemon Kiwi, as NRG Academy were scaling up towards this A side. Nobody really checked that left side corner, and Vita could have had right over here. so many good kills. If he triggered discipline a split second more, 2 players are going to follow behind, and that would have been a different story. It would already be going into the highlights into the second map. But thankfully, he was a little bit too
YFP,
quick on the
last time
trigger.
out,
They're able
fair
to trade
enough.
that out here for Energy Academy. Still has some inserts on the lurk. As
Can
Edge,
y'all
I
close
think,
this
got the
out? I
punish with
mean,
the Stallion towards that
3
bottom mid.
guns.
And now this is
3?
one of those rounds where the timeout is
3
important
guns, 3
because
guns.
you still have a pretty decent buy going into the next round for YFP. But I think what's most important is what you want to do with this pit. Isolate some players, funnel them towards where Vita could potentially be. Take advantage of now, maybe pulling out the operator glass cannon if you want, something like that too, so that you can try to get some value. And also maybe keep in mind that you probably need some support around Ziff if you're going to try to play with the pit out, either on short A or on long B, because you know that Shondex is going to double dive into that and he needs protection above that smoke.
Even if you get Giza and Orb, maybe you could just Seekers through the pit so you don't throw your poor little duelist or one of your poor little duelists to go and fend for themselves.
Yeah, fair.
They really like to combo with Shondex and see if it will be an early pit. Despite maybe a pit opportunity, Ziff's got a whole squad with him, it seems, or at least a good stack on this side. Keep flash as usual. Quite a forward position, and with a judge, this is gonna hurt. You spot the barrel.
Only one?
Somehow, I thought that was gonna be a.
I thought that was 2.
Shondex is at 34, but the guy
When
that
these
could've
guys are
healed
walking
him
down and look at Net, bro. Net is just so ready.
Energy Academy.
Oh my gosh, bro. I thought Vita went to turn at him, bro.
Net is really coming
Dude,
big for
Stallion and
Energy
Darkest
Academy these
2v4,
past few
bro.
rounds. So smart with his reads.
No heal,
It's
though.
exactly what Energy Academy needed to force OT.
Shondex is
And now
full
they
stuck at 30
check market to
HP.
one player, and now they hear the spam from the other one, so the bingo call is there. Both players on the defense are isolated, and Energy's in the perfect position to push this into overtime.
Oh my gosh,
All
these
thanks
guys
to
go
great
back in
plays
the
by
long
Net
here?
there, for sure.
Ooh, good kill,
The
Darkest.
minute Darkest made his presence known.
Wait, Darkest.
Two gonna look in his direction,
Oh.
and Darkest trades. makes
Stallion, can you get it
easier.
done?
Stallion.
Nah.
Couple
Bro,
of
Ren's,
missed shots,
dude,
and
how do you
that
hit
sends
that?
us
How do you hit that? What the hell?
Overtime. This is crazy, and the lead feels like it's never been more than what, a 3-round max lead for either team. It's been quite close, although I was starting to lose hope in Energy Academy a bit in this half because they weren't pulling through on the rifle rounds when it came to their attack. But you got to applaud all the really impactful util that YFP's had on their defense.
Yeah, and Ziff almost looked like he would have won that round with that judge, getting 2 kills, some damage done, forcing the hand of Energy Academy to really move towards that site. And even on top of that, Net got
OT we go,
taken
bro.
from the Sky Flash earlier on, yet still is able to win 2 players pushing down on that B long. All the
YFP
decisions
back on
were
attack
perfect here
now?
from both of these teams, and it came down to that big moment from Net in that previous round to push this into overtime. Now they have an opportunity to fight the attack side first for YFP. They're defaulting across the map, trying to punish Shondex.
Almost did too. You can go for these aggressive plays when you got a Sky on your team. And speaking of Skies, I think Jack is such a fighter, not just like a morale fighter. Like he brings good energy, but man, he sets up beautiful flashes for his team, especially when there's a ton of smoke and chaos you got to get control over. Dog up close says get shot. Energy Academy have to support Shondex here. He's gonna get checked, I think, by Vita, but not before.
Oh my gosh, Giza with the spray down.
Jeez, like a pseudo duelist. Surely frags like one. Gets the Seekers just to reveal how close YFP really are, where those shots are coming from.
Jack with the
You
kill
gotta
on
go
Nets.
recover the spike.
On
Not
A,
a good
but I
start
mean,
to this
bro.
overtime for YFP.
Interested in they gave up the space too, though. I thought they didn't really spot Shondex in the first place, so Giza could have kept baiting so that Shondex gets to crossfire.
Giza still
on
has
the
2
top of
flashes, by the way. No, they
Long,
just
but
fall
this
back
gives
in
a
it.
chance right now for Jack to flash and come through. Pick up the
Dude, and
spike,
Jack
fall
just
back.
got dinked, bro.
So
Not
much
anymore.
to get
1v4.
through. Like, this B-side is such
I
a
mean,
brick
Ziff.
wall to try and kick
I'm not gonna
down.
lie,
And
you just don't have it, man. It's
you only
okay,
have
brother.
So much at your disposal. What an insane round for Giza. The triple kill, the Seekers.
I
So
keep
much
forgetting my mic just
information,
wants to
An
fall.
aggressive look that pays off for NRG, but their biggest pain point was their attack. But they were able to force overtime because they leveled up near the end of that second half. So this could be NRG Academy, I guess, quote, stealing the map away despite it's their choice. But they were down 9-12 and were able to force OT. So this is gonna be good.
And at that point, it was just a nano mistake coming out there from YFP coming outside of that smoke because they would try to go for a 3-2-1 swing out and then clear
Let's
the
see, they
corners,
start
but
3B
it seems as though
again.
Vito was just a little bit
No.
ahead. Giza finds the
Send
timing,
two towards
not only
A.
sprays him, but more on the other side of the smoke and didn't even need any help from Shondex. And that's something I'm going to have to look back and potentially said, man, we could have
Flash.
had that one if we scaled that a little
Nothing.
bit better. Energy Academy at map point. It's been a while, but they've been looking pretty good on their defensive side. Both teams have been. But Energy Academy, towards the end of that of this regulation, they were able to find some good openings here as a team. And the look is different. You're trying to sell some sort of a fake right now, maybe a double wall from both the Viper and the Neon.
Stallion. This
and
would
then
be
try to go for
crazy
that
here, I'm
ATP
not gonna
for the hit
lie.
towards that A site when
Even
those
one.
players anchored on B.
Getting dogged out.
Stallion will just shy away, so won't be able to see the exact numbers, but and also not be able to repeat
Double dash.
for a Molly throw.
Good kill for
and
Darkest.
Shondex thinks that's the window to dash in, and Darkest with nice spacing.
Net with the
takes
first
care
kill.
of
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Net gives them U-Haul and back to
Dude,
lead.
dude,
4
dude.
versus 3 now with
Net is
flank
something, bro.
forming here for YFP through the middle of the map.
Double dash.
Vito. Oh,
He didn't get the kill.
that guy's face.
Okay, Giza's dead. Still 2v3.
YFP are getting big wins.
One guy heaven,
Crunch together,
one guy
Jack
flanking,
and
the
Heaven
flank guy's
gets
getting flanked.
pressed and tries to dance against Renz and
Dude.
Tango's in
Why if
favor
you
of
don't win
Energy
this map?
Academy on map
NT, bro.
with a 4K from
Dude, I'm
Net
actually
and
kind
a
of
win.
sick that YFP didn't win that map, bro.
Net became nuclear. He was the big boss towards the end for Energy Academy's victory on that map of Bind. If it wasn't for that 2K in the last round of regulation to allow for them to go into overtime, and also the 4K he just got right there. Somehow some miscommunication, but you'll take full advantage out of that to backstab 2 players into U-Haul. The Energy Academy, it took a while.
All right, we on the Lendoff stream now, bro. Oops, wrong thing.
Big round from Eclipse, big round from Alice. Okay, now we're shooting this 6-6-R. I feel like we could be looking at an NRG Academy repeat, but this time hopefully we win the OT. Alice is 17-6 right now. I also don't like when they turn off the observable hacks. It's really difficult to see what's going on.
Bro, my mic's actually irritating me.
VCT MEA starts tomorrow, right?
MEA does start tomorrow, bro. I gotta go to sleep early.
Break's over.
Yup. That's gonna be a good game.
Dude, 6-6 half.
The thing is, though,
I know we're stressed.
Don't miss me too much.
ah,
Back in a
Ooh,
alright, big kill.
good heaven fight.
Hang on, this pistol needs to go far. I'm too invested in this team now. W skirt.
spike planted.
Oh my gosh, Atlas for 3. Wait.
It's just perfect. It really
Already
is.
seen 1v5 today. Y'all better be scared.
Can my
Nah,
headset
never
just
mind.
die? Never mind. It's doing the thing where it just turns off on its own again. There's Polar. Okay, Polars. Yo, can we I mean, yeah, true Polars, true. It is a little 6-6 half. Yo, can we chill on Polars, Steve Boy? Otherwise, I might have to be banned. I'm joking. We can ban Polars. That's fine.
A little calm. A little calm,
7-6. About to get an 8, bro. Atlas is going crazy this map, bro. Big kills. Very big kills. We'll take those.
Gotta go. I'm out of here.
So quiet. So bro, can you show me what prawn cracker? I've eaten them all now. There's none left. They're all gone.
Just
These little white
greed.
chips, but like they taste like prawns. I don't know how to say it. Bro, surely I'm not the only American that's had a prawn crocker. And there goes my thing. Yeah, Fireball is low key. He's insane. I don't know where he's coming from.
Toxin screen down.
I forgot. There's so many different Halleys. Lay's chips or Lay's chips. Lay's chips. I'm trying to be appropriate to the Americans here. Oh, interesting. Oh, son of car. I don't like this one bit. Right, good kill from Ryko. What the hell?
Dashes in.
Calms. Is your map
4v4?
over? Okay, Atlas, that's a ban, no problem. We'll sort that one right out for you.
Wait, now I need to look this up, bro. What is a prawn cracker?
Spike planted.
Hold on. Oh, hell no. Whoa. No ideal. Big. Very big. Not ideal. Wait, we've already won the round. What am I talking about? Big round from Wildfire. Of course, Wildfire closes that one out. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see, fellas. That is exactly what we like to see. Of course you know what prawn crackers are, fellas, bro. What are you talking about? How dare you? How dare you not know what a prawn cracker is? That on its own is ban worthy.
Dude, I'm so serious. I forgot what a prawn was.
Don't miss me too.
I forgot what a prawn was, not gonna lie. You British people. You bloody Americans. You bloody Yanks. Go Ravens. Go Ravens. Oh, hell no.
Thorns activated.
Not ideal. Do a trade from GMD. Nice. Big kill from Atlas. Oh, the game's over. Wait, we actually have already won the game. Hold on.
Wait, I'm not gonna lie. They're big showing. Alliance. Huge win. Genuinely. Bro, I mean, 10-6, Nightblade don't come back from this, bro.
Spike planted.
Oh, this is a massive
Should be
win, bro.
Should be a light work. Light work. Very nice from Wildfire. Very nice from Wildfire. Oh, we'll take that. 24 and 8 from Atlas, by the way, lads.
Okay.
I don't know.
They still have money this round.
Vehicle and another timeout. No problem. I'm gonna hit the Atlas on you guys. Do I look like him? See what the my headset turned off again. Maybe a little. Okay. Just because I'm blonde, lads. Come on. If NBG don't win this round, you'll got it. I agree.
Alliance Lendoth Polar's co-stream with Feed
It's
Families,
gonna be
bro.
crazy, bro. Down 11-6. I mean, I'm just happy to be here. To be fair,
Dog, I'm not gonna lie.
don't think that
I'm
would
still
genuinely
so
show
bad at these
interest.
coach streams, bro. But like, you know, sometimes they're fun, bro. I don't know.
Be right back.
Wait, why did I say that was interesting? That's actually hella correct. Alright, lads, low-key, I'm starting to get a bit tired. But it's fine. I'm locked. Okay, NT.
Thorns activated.
Oh.
Okay, nice. Tough. Wait, no, not tough. Bad. What the fuck? Bad. Wait, bad. Why is GMD dying? Not ideal. Hang on, we've not got a single kill this round, lads. What's going on?
Bro forgot what
What the
team he
fuck is
was
going
rooting
on?
for, bro.
Alright, whatever. Nice little TP. Nice, big shit, Jim.
Jerk,
Come
hold on.
Big shit, big shit. Nice, nice, nice. What we like to see. That's good, that's good. That's where it gets better. No problem.
What comes through? But he's jerking.
Okay, not ideal. Definitely not ideal.
Big first kill. Cabbage. TP's cross.
We're on bum. Chill. Not on. Nice. Are we shifting?
Oh,
NT.
NT, brother.
Oh, it NT that. NT, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we just start common with them. Maybe.
Okay. Map.
You need to see it
Two.
around clearing out certain spots on the map, especially on the defense half, on a 3-map bomb site. You need to be able to get into it. I don't want to see them holding back. Even on that attack side, I want to see them setting up lurkers.
Sky
I
on one
want to see
side,
them
Fade
just
on the other.
getting more
Okay.
value out of it than
Oh wait,
what
they're
they
both
normally do
playing.
on
They're
Lotus,
both playing
but I
Sky.
didn't
They're both
see
playing
that online. I
Fade.
didn't
It's
feel
just
that
one
online.
team
I felt
just
like, yes,
doesn't
they
have
had
a
double
Viper.
initiator, but there wasn't really a whole lot of impact following that up. And for the side of NRG, especially starting on this attack half, their weakest half, the half that they only got 3 rounds on the last time they played, including pistol and anti-eco, which are kind of 2 given rounds right there as soon as you win that first one. I need to see them being more cohesive on their exec. I need to see them being able to play together and not have a huge gap, especially when you only have a solo Waylay now.
Yeah, and I think taking a look at that composition too, especially when we're looking over towards like that A Rebel fight here on the attacking side of Energy Academy, my eyes definitely have to be drawn towards Ange to be that player to follow Renz up, because he's the only one who's going to be able to, you know, TP past some of that utility, actually group up with Renz on some of that space taking. So a lot of pressure on the Omen player, I think, to be playing a cohesive duo alongside Renz's
Double
Waylay.
initiator
It's
Sky
going to be
Fade.
an
Haven't seen that, I don't
exciting
think.
to watch. That is absolutely for certain here, but these small mistakes definitely need to be fixed and come together into the server.
I think it's been played.
Well,
I just
folks,
don't-
YP
I think it's been played. I could just be straight lying to you.
Behind. We're moving to their map.
I think
pick
it's been
of
played in
Lotus
tier
next.
1.
Can they force a map through, or will NRG make it a clean 2-0?
I just
Van Silly,
don't
let me
remember.
game is in
I'm
your
not
hands.
gonna lie.
Please take
I'm
it
not
away.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
This
I'll
has
be
been
super
such
duper honest
an
with you.
exciting
I feel like I've
series
seen it
to
before, I
watch,
just
and
don't remember
overtime in our first
when I
game,
saw
we
it.
can't ask for anything closer than that. But this is YFP's choice. And what are you excited about when it comes to these comps? Because already the difference in duelists, I think, is going to
Oh yeah,
come
and
into
different
play
duels
here.
as well.
Yeah, it's the different ways of how they want to approach this,
Neon
with this composition,
versus
because normally when you're
Vita
watching,
versus
the default
Renz.
comp is exactly what
Versus
Energy Academy
Renz.
bringing to the table. Some Viper to slice the map,
Me neither.
forcing
No
you to out
idea.
from your opponents, but they're not using that on their side yet. They're also not using like a Cypher as the player that's going to set up cameras for alerts or watches to see where the pressure is going to be moving forward.
Liverpool.
They're actually playing the Fade that's going to be able to get the best information for your team, but also a Sky Flash on top of that. So I'm expecting right now
People
for
with their Saudi
YFP on the
accents.
defense is to
Oh,
do
the dog.
have mentality to fight.
The dog timing was so scuffed for them.
YFP brought the mitts out.
Sontex
for this
actually got the
play.
one back.
Crawling away. Get away with it. Now Energy Academy feels like they got hit in the face and are still trying to get back up. Like, now you have to reassess. Okay, well, I don't think we want to go to B anymore. There's also a smoke. So Energy Academy at least gonna try and absorb the space anywhere else.
Yeah. And they also placed a vice wall up towards that slant so that if they were trying to split for Energy Academy on door and on the main side, then at least they could isolate that first lane to stop the player that goes through the wall. But Energy Academy cancels out. And look at the beauty of playing a double initiator, just like Emily was mentioning before, you need to find that information quite early. So they Prowler, they Haunt, they Dog on top of that. They see no more pressure coming out from the A side. Yet you can't really commit into anything else out of that because nobody was taking a space out of the Prowler or the Dog. So now you have to be a little bit more reactive. It's going to have to come down to Ziff to stay alive, and it looks like he finds that sixth sense to fall back and is going to wait for his team for them to rotate together as a group and try to
Objectives
retake.
on main, gets
Darkest
nothing.
has a second flash to work with.
Energy Academy won both pistols too in that first map, and it still went to overtime and through them having to come back to that point. To be fair, one of the pistols came down to like a really intense 1v1, so YFP trying to take the safest approach possible. The plant will go through though, and YFP are waiting for that smoke to dissipate. And Waterfall, which is going to be reestablished. Now a fight through the top of the sun.
Oh.
And Shondex! It's just
Sondex
turning over
stalling
there,
for his third on the
stealing
round
away
though.
3 kills.
And
And
fat right
look
click.
at
Oh my
Sal.
gosh.
Zip is gonna think twice about crossing that road, and Stallion on the top of this hill. They have
Dude.
to find each other. And Greek said no, Zip gets the last
YFP
blast.
take the round.
YFP will take their first pistol of the series.
Oh man, Ange was just trying to find that timing, and then split second, you see somebody go between the two smokes.
That's back on
Another
the
split
site,
second
almost
again. He was so
scuffed
close
him.
there for Ange to minimize that to a
They
one
pull it
versus
through in
one
the
into that clutch.
end.
But thankfully here we stayed patient for YFP side, and yeah, it continues to what I'm trying to elaborate into the composition here for YFP.
Bro, I just realized this
Sometimes I
fan's
think you
blowing
might
on
be
me, bro. That's why I
just a
keep
double
yawning.
initiator to try to have Vita move forward and just fight. And I like that it should be a Sky that's with him too, because we've seen on that previous map when Jack was playing that Sky, they flash, they double swing, they fight. I think Darkest should pull out a very similar type of playstyle than Jack has on this Sky. And I think if not mistaken as well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Darkest opting on the attack side as an initiator because he loves to do that.
Energy are forcing this round too.
Camera's in the wrong spot. Oh, good comms. Thank
That's
you.
already one gun down. Not a good start for Renz. Energy Academy, they'll pull through with or without him.
Why is my cam just
But-
off?
Oh, that's not where you wanted that.
Yep. It allows for you to scale a little bit better for YFP in the pulse plant, but they're just flooding back in for the fight.
YFP are already here. The Haunt, the Prowler, NRG just don't have any space to hold. And despite trying to throw YFP for a loop with this body,
Jack, okay, okay.
YFP,
Okay, it's calm.
They're just so trigger happy.
Young flipping penguins,
And
they
just
take away
mowing
their
Energy
round.
Academy down. Make it 4 for Jack? That's insane.
You know, a couple deaths.
Yeah, trigger happy
couple,
because you got frenzy, so you're gonna have to hold down that mouse one, and
little bit
that
of
rapid
damage.
fire
But
off the
guess what?
Stinger is definitely gonna mow some people down. And letting Jack go for the hunts for the kills is perfect. He's already almost halfway here to his ult with the Nightfall.
Don't matter
And you
because
see
they
that
got
battle.
it fully.
Thankfully here, it's a nice heads-up play by Vita to go with full shields with the Outlaw. He's
And they
able
have
to take one of the
$0
bullets
in
from Renz
Slam.
and still win that fight from Outlaw to Outlaw. So the showdown comes in favor of the side of the defense, and YFP are able to prevent Energy on the force fight to even plant. So the economy is going to be even worse looking at this round here. Thankfully, though, they were still able
Vita,
to afford a little
good
bit of
kill.
TRS here and there, but still giving up their lives.
One lurk down. A
Oh
duel is
my
down.
gosh.
Energy Academy are getting smacked at every point of the map.
They actually
And
just got
YFP will
snapped
get
in
to
half, bro.
Build momentum from here on out.
Believe Jack is the leading
Almost
player
like
in challenges
recoiled it
for his
at Jack
stats.
there, and
It's going crazy. This split,
three in a
bro.
row
He's
is
going insane, bro.
type of lead YFP not only need to have, but to actually
This
keep.
YFP
And it felt
team,
like
bro.
the leads were being traded so much in the previous map, but a lead never bigger than 3 got created. So that's just how close these two teams are. But if I'm looking at just
HG
how this
10-9
map is going
MBG.
so far, YFP are
Ooh.
more than comfortable.
Yeah. And especially how they're playing so far in these
Ooh.
last couple of rounds. They're just playing a lot of 1-3-1s and also leaving the A site completely open. You just want to protect the
It's okay.
staircase. You want to prevent them from pushing
Okay.
towards that
They're
spot.
still gonna close
and then
that,
the
bro, don't
spawn
worry.
side could be taken care of by the players rotating from the B side on the top of heaven. I think you have so much good utility for the flood retake. Now Ziff is going to try his hand at the scope.
Ah,
And it connects.
Ziff.
This one with the final
Peaks for
bullet
a
and everything.
millisecond.
Oh, jeez. And you see Vita
No!
through the side, and
Sondex still got his
Drop
one.
is
Giza for
done.
2.
by I mean NRG Academy
Now,
can just
down
focus
to-
on
down to
what
Darkest
the
and
path
Ziff.
that lays ahead, which
Ziff
is
is
the one
off-site
that's already been carved out.
with an outlaw, waiting for
So
somebody to
for
peek
them
into
hoping
it.
to actually get around
Unfortunately,
on the
he won't
board.
be given the chance
We are starting to form a cheeky little flank
to
as
their
Darkest
man
maybe looks for a
advantage.
better weapon, and hey, Vandal's really nice.
Darkest, on the other
especially
hand,
since time it with
grabs the
Ziff,
bomb
who
from the fight
has
and
the
spawn
outlaw
earlier.
and no
Tries to
other
swing the
fun
Viper.
weapon options.
Ooh, he
So
actually
just
gets the kill.
extension out from
He does
Giza.
swing the Viper.
Darkest still
Ooh.
handles it. His
Okay,
time though.
well,
for Net to adjust
Ziff.
and to counter.
1v2.
Now Ziff
Outlaw. Nets in main.
has to just keep scoping in every step he takes, and Spike's ticking down.
Net
Should have a
140.
reaction
Guy
here.
behind
Wait,
you.
there we go
IMT,
from
brother.
Renz. NRG Academy pull through.
Yeah, good thing that Giza was there to re-swing out towards that spawn to trade at the advantage that they had. It was a 2 versus 3 at that moment, and they prevent the triple fight from getting any value right over here. So the Sky Flash got some value, push Giza off the line, but then Shonix kept players busy where Giza could re-swing. And then they weren't really playing off each other, but at least there were well enough positions so that they could close the gap onto the next part of the map that you're trying to rescale into for YFP on that defensive side. So well done for Energy to be able to capitalize on that round.
Oh, it's not
This is
even
a different
Ziff with a sniper. Yeah, it's Vita.
Yeah. Break the Prowler too, put Vita inserted. Now they have a forward line that's very aggressive. You're trying to use both initiators together to try to get the mid round value. You could start cycling a lot and rotating a little bit of these of this utility just to keep them at base, so that again another big flank could come into fruition. So after Prowler wall comes down, there's that dog. Wouldn't be surprised now if Jack's gonna pull out the Prowler or Haunt or something like that right after the Viper wall goes down. So they're doing a good job at stalling for now.
Yeah, there is good stalling from YFP,
Dark
and that
Ice.
might give a chance for this flank to come through, although it will be noticed.
Flash
And
hits.
speaking of getting
Wow. Good ping
noticed,
as well.
Energy Academy caught with their pants down, and without their leader Net in the equation. I don't think there's even a good
Royce will
plan
get
B
popped, but
in
it
terms of
doesn't
even
matter.
getting into the B site. You just got to keep committing. Now with the Steel Guard and counter Nightfall now for YFP as the plant goes through and Zip gets looks. Jack helps get through on the
Decent job.
staircase. And Energy Academy just haven't had any wins at all. Not even just trying to step foot in this general direction. And Renz, ooh, at the ankle. Fighting at YFP on the retake.
YFP just got it
Renz is
right,
playing
yeah.
with cover well.
Yeah.
But YFP still have power
Unless
numbers.
That was just
something
beautiful by
magical is
Darkus
gonna
and
happen.
Jack. So again, as they take control of that C mound and they're cycling util at the very beginning, or sorry, towards like that mid round, they now identify, okay, we got some players, they're shooting our dog, they're shooting our Prowler. Now let's just wait to find a combo. So they flash Haunt. They ping 4 players on top of that and drops 1. And the cherry on top is that Jack is able to escape while he still has the Nightfall to work with. So you get the re-heal from Darkus. They move in as a group, and then they flood retake off the Nightfall. All that was perfectly done off their opponent's smokes to get advantage and full value of how they anchored up that site. So again,
Loki
a
on a
whole
C.
different look of
Okay,
how
they
you're
got
setting up
12-9.
defense
Okay,
this
they're
time around
chilling.
here for
They're big
YFP,
chilling.
because they have such a different comp that nobody else I've seen so far has been playing this composition here, and they're making it work quite nicely so
Dude,
far.
I'm hot.
The talent on the YFP roster has really surprised me. Like this, they're setting themselves up to have the best stage in a lot of their careers, and to kind of throw us all for a loop in terms of, you know, everybody predicted Energy Academy except Ash, who is perhaps a knower, but we still have to even just get to map 3, let alone get too excited here. But this is a first time Energy Academy are at a deficit like this, because tables were literally turned back on bind when it was NRG that were up 4-1, and it was YFP that had to take a timeout and figure things out. So, but Energy Academy, we'll see if they're good at adapting, because that's what they had to do on Haven, or bind, sorry, to pull through on the overtime.
Yeah, this is actually definitely a great shout too, because this is a big responsibility for Net, who probably hasn't faced against this yet. And also, as I speak about Net, I just realized that he's actually playing Fade. Usually he's like the Viper / Sentinel player, and now he's like the Fade caller too, to be with the action to support here the rest of the team.
Ooh.
Jack.
Usually you don't miss
Really
those.
good stabilization
Okay.
there. Energy Academy, but surprise, and they've been met by a lot
But
of
I swear, have you seen
resistance at
Giza? He
this
just bang,
early
bang,
pathing
bang,
that they're
bang,
trying to
bang.
take.
He just hits.
It feels like Energy
everything.
Academy have been scared to go down
today.
just B main after YFP showing just right off the pistol. It hasn't been something the B side has been explored at all. It's been so much perimeter control for Energy.
Yeah, and his timeout is, or the timeout we just witnessed was probably going to be for the next round. We've seen Eco so far for Energy Academy, but I think what they should be talking about here is, because of this composition for
And that's
YFP,
still
they're
front
also
C. Is that what
overcompensating
they're walking back
currently
into? Yeah.
for the lack of stall that they currently have in this composition, right? So They're always trying to
Two
find
guys
early
here.
information.
Something
They're
else
trying to set
happened
up
on
and
the inside
insert
of
Vita in the
Apple,
right
just
spot.
straight
And
chilling.
Energy Academy haven't been using
Those
too
are
much
at
on their
4
side
and
to
5.
figure out where the op can be or who's really playing where in what positions. So the flood takes that they have, they allows them to get on site, but it's just too much util for YFP on the flood retakes too.
30 seconds.
Time to gallop away, Stallion, because I don't know if you want the smoke, but hey, you got friends, so maybe you do want to party.
Dude, still.
Energy Academy.
4v3? No,
Gotta
it's
be
Fred.
scared of what they
Wait,
can do on these lower buys. If
Nah,
anything,
it's
they
fine.
looked better on their
Right?
attack on buy when they had lower buys.
Ooh, no, it's still fall.
And this has been tough,
Wait.
and with these weapon upgrades, this is anybody
And,
can. The
okay.
overdrive has to
Yo,
be
Vita start
popped to
getting
just
stressed.
Secure the
Pop the
round.
Neonals.
YFP are not underestimating what Energy can do.
No, especially with what we've witnessed on Bind before when we're on 13 rounds for both of these teams. They could definitely make it doable. That was a nice little pomp for the entry for Renz on the first waterfall as you're baiting out these rotates with net tapping onto that door. But in the end, though, it comes down to this slide right here. And Vita getting the overdrive for that double kill. It's not too bad, though. They were able to understand a little bit of the map positioning and how they're rotating so far, in my eyes, from how Energy Academy played that eco round. And they have a chance here to really try to force these rotates and find these gaps to allow Giza to get value out of his lurks. Never mind.
Showing another
Good
double
kill on
walkout from
Sondex,
YFP
bro.
at this B main after I just mentioned. I'm like, well,
So
Energy Academy have to
fragile.
explore that path, and even
Flash
Energy
looks
even
nothing.
tried to watch for it. Still took an L. Missing out on Sondex.
There's about to be this pick. Maybe if Giza gets lucky, he's able to pass through Vita, but you saw at the beginning of the round, they pushed all three extremities. Okay, that jump spot is going to be a free kill no matter what. Oh, the timing. He's going to look back towards main, I bet you, as Giza gets across. No, there you go. Finally gets it. So again, they're pushing out the 3 lanes at once for YFP on a defense.
Let's see it, bro.
And then Energy really doesn't know where it could really work.
Wait, runs?
Yeah, running
Nah,
out of bodies to get
Runs?
this attack going,
Wait.
and you know the ops on the other side
Still-
of the world.
it's
You
still
know that the
1v3.
Neon
There's a
can
guy
get
coming
there
in a
just as
flank.
quick though. So
Has to
Energy
ace for
Academy
this.
just try to tempo up. Renz really pulling off some heroics. If you could do a
Gets hit by the fade cue.
pull off the
Dude,
ace,
this
it'd be
guy's-
crazy. But oh man, that Neon
Oh
ace
my
is wiggly.
gosh.
It's a tough one to try and shoot. I don't blame him on that.
Lines closed it.
Yeah,
Sensational.
so then
Good
Energy
comms,
Academy, they
good
feel the
comms.
pressure coming out from
Thank
the
you,
front B
James.
side. They think
I hit
that the
Diamond. I
offense
love
was
that for you,
still
Goldie.
Playing behind the initiators that they were setting up on these lines in the past.
Shout out to you, Goldie.
No,
Full.
he's actually playing towards the rubble side. They don't expect that because they never really pushed towards that front side. Because remember, whenever they tried to scale up on that side, it was double initiator on that side with no duelists. So they're really changing things round per round for YFP, and Energy Academy have no choice but to be like, okay, we're losing players, we're losing lurks, there's no activation, we have to brute force our way through. But yet YFP, because of the initial pushes that they had, they still stack towards the right sites because they have full information into the
Double
mid round.
dash.
With an op on the line, a prowler fighting information with, or null information with a prowler in the front B at the 1 minute mark, they know the hit is coming towards C. So everything is looking very, very good on how they're finding this information proactively with the Seekers without having to insert your op.
And just knowing that there's someone back here kind of gets sussed out. There's a bit of time that YFP have to spend, and it gives
Bro,
a heads up
temperature is
to
actually,
Energy
like, tweaking
Academy.
me
The
out
whole
in
point
my
of
room.
leaving that anchor back there is YFP
Ooh.
just use
Still.
speed to deliver that violence.
Yeah. Holy moly,
Eventually,
YFP start this
get
map
it
off
done off the seat.
incredibly.
Really nice play there from Darkus, and this is starting to get to a score line where I worry if Energy Academy have something else up their sleeve for this half.
Yeah, we're hoping at least. But right now we've expended the Seekers into an anti-eco just to guarantee some rounds. But this is where things could swing back in favor of Energy Academy because they were on an eco in the previous round. They have weapons to work with. They have all the ults across the board with the exception of Sondex to really start to get good value out of this.
What's up, Goldie?
I wouldn't be surprised here of like a 7-2, 7-3 towards the next couple of rounds if they're able to rotate these ults into their favor. So the same look
Wait, YFP on one?
as we've seen
YFP
before,
on
where they got
one.
great value from both the initiators with that haunt flash. So they want to make sure that they clear these corners. Look at the Prowler pushing at least the first player all the way back towards the B site. That's some space for them to take right now.
Prowler discovering some tree. The Nightfall just catch YFP on the back foot, and they do regroup. And Energy Academy get gifted a sight. IFP
Oh my gosh,
wrapping
Darkus is gonna
around,
catch
but
failure.
Shondex
Oh,
could be
can't
back
catch
here and
the-
cause some
can't catch the
trouble. If he
Giza.
finds the right timing, at least he gets one.
Shondex?
Darkest, it's saved by the
He's
neon
full
wall as Vita on the approach, on the hunt, and the off that misses, but keeps Shondex
This is so
fearful
stuck
of
for
what's
Vita, bro.
next. And it's a neon
Got it
being
done. Gets the
such a
gun.
nuisance, jumping around, speeding around.
Gun gets popped.
NRG bunker up with the pit. Know that there's a neon that's going to be coming on the flank, but it's taken time to address that back anchor from NRG Academy. YFP need the win here and now. Giza just has to hold on for a little bit longer, and someone's on the spike, and it feels secure.
Wow.
Giza makes it happen for NRG Academy.
The
Don't
wrap
play
around,
the
rig
rope,
around
brother,
Erosia
man.
around his own pit and storming through to guarantee that the player is not going to be halfway through the defuse to save the round there for Energy Academy. Again, two players that played it very well. The first one, of course, being the one that clutched towards the end, but this player right here, Shondex, getting that first pick and also
Energy
pulling
Academy
two
locked in.
players
You
all
think
the
they
way
got
back
it, bro?
towards despawn. So you waste so much of that clock down. They almost made it doable there for YFP with the convergence path to drop down those players, but as Giza didn't get affected by the ult, he's able to maintain that pit up for the victory. Oh, goodbye.
Oh. No way,
Oh,
like
it's
for
Giza
you. It's
carries
crazy
here? You
that
think
Renz
Giza
didn't
carries
spawn
this
this
map?
that must be a weird bug going on.
It's also crazy that Vita is actually up in the top of that path. He's never up there from Baby Door. What the hell is going on for this positioning, man? They have such good reads.
It's something different every round for YFP. Some things stay the same, and it's Vita still with the op, still getting kills. At this point, Energy Academy don't want to deal with that anymore. I respect it. Going to be, we're gonna get chased down by some util being thrown there from Jack, waiting for the nightfall.
All comes through.
When the call is
Dude,
made,
I mean,
on the
5v3, that should
YFP
be bitch
side.
on.
Energy Academy trying to be
Little,
proactive
she's
now.
too
They're caught
close,
right in the
yeah.
midst of the nightfall,
guy's
trying to
dead, this guy's
react,
jumping
but
in.
YFP
Oh my
gets
gosh,
so aggressive.
Vita.
They ramp up lightning fast. YFP take a flawless round two. Only 2 left in the half. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, that was some crazy nice KZing though from Vita to get the Racing Classic kill. But I think you're starting to see Energy Academy be a little bit flustered on trying to figure out what they could actually do. Because as they, lose some players towards that A side, but they were actually able to move into the B side, at least the plant, and all of them are grouped up. Should have given him that spike over to Shondex. He gets the plant, he gets the Steel Garden. Maybe he pops it to give themselves a chance as they're anchoring inside that site to fight. Didn't happen. It was Net that stuck it down where he was 2 pips away. He was only 2 pips into the ults. So that was missing a little bit there.
No more theory.
Someone
But
else
yeah.
it's my turn on the op. It's like
Exactly,
my turn
Ziff
on the
now,
Xbox. All right, now
So
we
they
can
could trap
start
play
talking about
towards
who's
C.
the op. Lame trainer for Giza, but man, just with Sheriffs, it's not even fair. It's not even fair. Energy Academy are on a save like every other round because it's they get
Man,
enough
you gotta
kills
get
to
out.
get ults, but YFP can just match that ban for ban. The spike down, it's an orb to consider. How about this 3-man flank? That's
Yeah, this
walking
guy's
down.
dead.
Renz just gets caught in a traffic jam. Nowhere to be found. Not flawless this
Dude, I
time,
love when
but
observers
very
just switch to
convincing
POVs
for YFP
of
on their map
players
pick,
that
at
are
least
dying,
for
like,
how
bro,
this half is
like,
breaking down.
I'm
Yeah,
not even
then
being
when I talk about
sarcastic
the
here.
timeout
I
from
think it's
Energy
really
Academy that
funny
they had
when like
4
two
ults
guys
to
are,
work
like,
with.
lined
Wouldn't be
up,
surprised to
right?
see a
And somebody
7-4.
dies,
The
and
round that
guy
they were
behind
able
him
to
switches
muster
POV
up
and he
in
dies
the
too,
save
bro.
there from
I
Giza,
think
they had
it's
to use
so
all of their
funny.
ults on that round. So they have
round in
nothing
the
to work
half.
with on the previous round.
Also, Goldie Fool, you
Maybe
said
just
Giza
a Steel
carries here,
Guardian
yeah?
in this round here, too.
Lendos!
They gotta cook something out now with this Ominal.
Thank you, thank you,
Because
thank
we've
you.
seen so much forward
2-1, I
positioning
saw,
from Vita
bro.
at the very beginning.
Bang.
And as I mentioned
My
before,
alert
they like
isn't
to
working for some
push
reason.
out of every single one of these lanes with the comp that they have.
There it
Put
is.
Ange on a TP into spawn. If they've read
Let's
that correctly in the past
TP.
couple of rounds here from what they've noticed in this game, they have a chance now to have a better backstab
Light work.
with
Light
that
work.
aggressive play.
It's actually a big win, bro.
Maybe Energy Academy are just gonna
Nightblood or
look
it's
better
our
on
team.
defense,
Also, Chrissy
but
Season,
hey,
thank you for the follow.
let's
Appreciate
see
you.
how it all shakes out. And it's
Hello,
already
hello.
good when Renz doesn't get shot by an op. And it's Vita this time that has the op, so not going to be looking down the barrel of Energy Academy quite yet, but you're hearing this jumping around, and
Have any prawn
really gotta
crackers?
stop
Nope.
this Neon before they get too busy with it.
Not right now.
He's a good adjustment. Vita didn't want to take the direct path. Energy Academy.
Okay, see,
gets maybe
you need to
take
understand why I
once you're
didn't know
at
what
V
prawn
with the
crackers were, okay?
And the Steel Garden in
Guys.
Darkest
I
just
forgot
dragging
what a
out of his
prawn was
mind is
firstly,
proving
right?
to be a big problem.
And then
Energy
two,
Academy have 99 problems, and all of Vice's kid is one
so
of them. So I don't think this
prawn
is
crackers,
going too well.
the ones I
This might
ate
be crap. Zip
when I was younger.
laid a trap and you walked right into it. 10-2
Here, I can
for
actually show you. Hold
YFP.
on.
They popped out the ult to try to get into the site, and they double swung into it before the gun was actually disabled from Darkest's hands. The hell is going on there?
Hold on,
I
let
guess
me
they were
let me
just
pull up like a picture so I don't
highly
like dox
focused until
myself.
like, oh, we got him trapped here because the Prowler saw him. Let's just try to swing him to get the pick. But dude, that is huge mistakes coming out from
Look,
from
look,
Energy
look,
Academy
look,
on
look.
their
They
attack
were
side.
called shrimp
Hopefully they can
chips,
clean things up here on
bro.
the defense, but I think
Like I
this
know
might
they're not
be-
like the
I mean,
same
if you need
thing,
that leadership
but
to
like
come out from
they're
Nets, you know, he's
circular,
been
like
playing
or
years and
the
years
one
with
the
this
ones
team
you're
at
reading
the
were
highest level
circular.
too,
But like
on the
this,
BC
you know what I'm
stage.
saying?
He's gone through the highest highs and the lowest lows of the biggest dubs and the biggest losses with C9 too.
I know those. Yeah.
You know what you
Like
need. in
these
terms
are
of
what I
leader to
ate, bro.
Make sure you can keep your team in this game for the second map.
I was like, what
Can't
the hell's a
have the GG go
prawn
next yet
cracker,
into
bro?
Haven. Even though they've had great results on Haven, it would be nice for them to know that they have what it takes to play the comeback as well. That would give a lot of experience and confidence for this team moving later on in this season.
Oh, Sheriff's in sight, just vibes. And Vita pinged, didn't even care, just stood his ground. Now looks to chase down whoever spotted him, but a spike
He's
here
up.
gets headshot, and Vita needs to get his revenge. Jack has to handle matters as YFP handled the spike. Now the flank will
All
come
right, so
through.
get
That's been
Ziff's good
detected
for
by the
2
Vise
here,
wall.
obviously.
But this is a good insertion here for Ziv. You know exactly when that approach is happening. Go gets checked in.
Ziff's not good for any here,
Damage.
obviously.
Not enough. No, a big push is coming though from Energy Academy. They open the
Stallion.
door and
Oh, Stallion.
gets
See,
two with the
I was seeing the wrong vision. It was Stallion that's good for
the
2.
third.
And
Damage
down
being
to
done to
21
Ange at
HP, bro.
21.
1 bullet. Sean Dex
Two
coming through
versus
heaven as
two.
well. He's max
Energy
HP, bro.
Academy
With shield as
need
well.
This, or this map is
Jack and
over.
Vita.
And we're going to Haven.
Bang.
And Ange.
Last guy.
shot.
Plans kind of bad for them.
Last lap.
Dude, with
for
this
Sean
guy's already
Dex in 1
through. He's full
versus
stunned.
2.
Yeah.
What a stun.
Good
And
work. Good
YFP
work.
take the pistol.
Bro, 11-2, bro.
Unfortunately, Ange chose the wrong timing to recross back towards this A site. The smoke was dissipating on that cross. Gets caught out in the open and punished. Let's look at this fight once again. Nice little entry coming through. Look at the pathing that came from Vita once again into the A site. And it did such a great job re-clearing towards A in the first place, though, for Energy Academy to flush out Ziff, who was just stuck behind the corner of Baby Door on the outside. But following everything after that, the fake check towards that A site towards Tree, Stallion got so much value on that right side. They definitely could see how flustered they are right now for the side of Energy Academy. YFP, they're just playing full confidence. Look at that. They had a triple high-low stack watching that front side B walk forward.
Cover going out.
And as they see nothing there, they're expecting some sort of a stack. So it's for them to start activating now. Inserts across the board. Look, forward B, A side
No,
door,
keep spinning.
to prop
Yeah,
open.
he knew. He knew.
Getting a kill
Jack
on top of
knew.
that too. They could do no wrong right now for YFP.
Funny because Energy have picked the Lotus before, despite this being a YFP pick, and did not go their way. I believe against Core was close, but this is a scoreline I was not expecting. A fight that
What, the
turned
12-2?
quite silent.
Y'all weren't
as
expecting the
first
YFP
map
12-2
had us
Energy Academy?
Early going, happy getting popcorn. We were getting caffeine because we thought this was gonna be insane. We were gonna be casting till even your retirement hit. And now, see how YFP make this 5-beat.
Oh.
Wait, that Bucky kind of hurt.
Yo, that pump almost
Thankfully,
almost
Darkest
collided
survives.
them, bro.
Yeah. But Darkest
This
died,
was almost a
maybe
2v2, bro.
different story. But I don't
Yeah.
have to think about what ifs. Because Net and Renz only have sheriffs.
I mean, despite this being a blowout so far for the side of YP, it's again still very nice to see how cool they look with this type of different composition, a different look that they have
Dude, damn.
when they're approaching this map. Now it's the same thing.
NT
Trying to
Net
get back to
Daniel.
chase kills, and he has the Nightfall to work with for map point. This is really good. they've done a great job despite that, not only having fun, but also making sure that they keep the win cons in their favor.
Jack
from,
is
from
20
round
and
to round.
4.
Jack
Jack
dropping
is
20 already in
20 and
regulation.
4.
And the last time that they played this map where they won against
20
I
and
think 13
4?
you had Jax, I think, at 26 kills, and Darkus was just somewhere in like the 15, 16 column for assists.
Oh
So
my
these two guys are
gosh!
definitely popping off here for the team, and I also think overall for YFP, that's been their bread and butter. The value they get off the initiator plays from both Jack and Darkus.
This was a true test for YFB on how they were going to
Vita!
top talent. and
Go get him, Vita!
top
With your
talent.
shorty! Oh my gosh!
You don't even have time to react.
Oh my gosh,
Or to breathe.
Vita!
You're no longer really breathing.
Vita, go get him, bro.
Shondex.
Vita.
I was gonna say, Shonix pissed them off.
No!
Go walk towards that seaside and let the spike go off. Just play with
That's a
stats.
brawler, bro. Okay,
200.
15-2. We are going to Haven. That was not just a statement. That was domination.
YFP
From
locked it in
YFP.
that map, bro.
15-2. What was that at the end?
Exactly.
Insane stuff.
We say going the distance, but it wasn't the real distance this time around, as it was so one-sided for the side of YFP. But you start to understand why they were having so much value and one-sided results playing against their opponents in the last few weeks that they played. This is the third time that they play this map. They're now 3-0 on it. And again, it's all thanks to that great utility and the inserts that you have from Vita that it never really got challenged as well from the util that you currently have. I mean, he was just neoning across the map here on the attack side too. There was no Vice util slowing them down as well, so they did a great job here working the map for YFP. We'll see if this can continue on Haven.
I'm excited. Let's go to it. We'll see you after this.
Sensational, sensational. All right, bro. Dude. Atlas is crazy. Atlas is crazy. That was Shark Attack. But I don't know what I'm scrolling for here. Alright, I'll be right back, hold on.
rest of the defense on the side of Sad in the front side. That said, though, Rally is just gonna kill the. Oh my god! I'm gonna go. That's how we're gonna finish this match.
Yeah, Joey trying to shut the door with a Bucky already. What a swing from Pain. You got footway for the AC. There it is.
And now Derek pulling hose at a main. Yep, that'll play.
And 3v2 now and 2 stingers. They've got to keep it close quarters. And Moose will do it all himself. What a way to end things.
Apps. YFB take their map pick, keeping their 100% win streak on Lotus, 13-2. Ash, I think, you know, we came in here, we've already seen a Lotus today on this broadcast. We come back and YFP, it should have been a 13-1 for being very honest. There was one clutch in there from Energy Academy that made it, you know, 13-2, but this was just a masterclass from YFP of why you don't let them pick Lotus.
It really was, and I think that Vans is talking a little bit on the cast too. Like, YFP have a little bit more of an unconventional approach to Lotus when you're thinking about how teams are building their compositions around this map, running the double initiator, solo smokes. It's, I think on the side of YFP, a really smart play with how they're looking to play. They're really good at getting like the early information because they didn't have that stall capability that Vans was talking about as well. And they're just so good at, you know, comboing that util, clearing out corners like with the C's or whether it's with the dogs. It felt like the Haunts were always constantly hitting there as well. And the double initiator plays so well into these double controller compositions when you know that they're going to want to play a little bit more controlled, a little bit more measured, get those opportunities, get those lurks in. And YFP with their pacing has never allowed them to do that on the defensive side. And for the side of Energy Academy, it was so hard because when you're playing up against a team that's this scrappy, you don't have a lot to reply with in your own comp.
Yeah, I think when it comes to utility, they were literally on point with every single piece, even just using that Viswald Force A to help support the Neon on the Fade to kind of anchor when they were there, splitting up the XX, making sure that they can keep control of Heaven, keep control of Stairs in order to go into their full pre-pick, where we see them clear out route and just have every little point taken care of. I think they also did a great job at fighting together off of the utility. That was insane. One round that's coming to mind is that round where they Sky Flashed and Fade Eyed at the same time, making it a lot harder to break and actually scanning, I believe 4 of them, and them getting a pick through smokes, things like that. The unpredictability that YFP had, on that half was just insane, because one round you see them kind of fighting up for that A main space, you see them kind of fighting for that C space, even just walking up B. One thing that I really liked out of NRG in that last map was the amount of lurks that they had, the amount of pushing through and flanking that they had, and they tried to do that on this map too, but it was being taken care of almost every single round.
And you were talking about like how that utility was constantly connecting and the fights going in the favor of YFP. I know we've skipped past it already, but when it came down to those first kills, first death ratios, YFP went away with 13 and Energy Academy only were able to find 2 first bloods. So it really paints the story of how YFP were in control from the very beginning of nearly every single round that we saw on Lotus.
And that is what we want to see from YFP moving forward. It's exactly what you need. You barely lost Bind. This could have easily been a 2-0 series in your favor, but what a response from YFP coming against Energy Academy. I think I've spoken to players sometimes, Emily, and they say, you know, this is the stomp. The 13-2s are a lot easier to get over than the 14-12s. For example, which is something that is good to see. But we'll be heading to our final map pick moving forward, which is if I believe it's Haven, if I remember that off the top of my head correctly. Yes, perfect, amazing memory. You know, Jack being 21-4, looking good, but also he was looking good on Bind as well, with this kind of little comparison that we have on either side of Bind and Lotus. But he looked not only good on Bind, he looked spectacular on Lotus.
No, he has been popping off both of these games, but I think the big difference in Lotus is that the rest of the team was there with him. I think Dak in that first map, he was having a lot of insane solo plays, being good with his utility, but not a whole lot of capitalization off of that. They had that double initiator, but you didn't really feel the impact. Going into this map, you felt the impact. You felt the rest of the team fighting behind his dog constantly clearing out all the possible lurks, and also just fighting with his flashes, which is exactly what I wanted to see on Bind, but we didn't really get. now Lotus, now that everyone's heated up, everyone's ready to kind of play around all of his util, it's not only setting up his team for success, but also allowing him to actually have impactful kills and be able to drop insane stats like this.
It is so crazy. And now to think that like you had him on the Sky, you had him on the Fade, and now we're heading into a Haven where we're expecting to see Jack back into the Initiator, except on the Sova this time around. And he'd be a solo Initiator. And when he's playing that well, when his utility is connecting so well within the last map that we just saw, on top of it, YFP having the momentum beneath their sails, it paints a really scary picture here. I think if you're looking at NRG Academy, trying to slow that down, it is just so impressive how on this Initiator role, being like the second person in, always following up on a lot of those duels that Vita is looking to initiate there as well, like being that first, the tip of the spear. He's so impressive, the consistency and the level to which he's able to frag out while supporting the team, or even if he is in a bit of a situation where he has to solo play a little bit more.
And that's exactly the reason why we highlighted him earlier in the pre-show. He is someone that is just so magnificent in his role. He just makes everything possible, which is so exciting to see. But he will have his work cut out from him, starting on the defensive side, of Haven, our last map. We've already seen Haven on today's broadcast. I feel like my voice is getting lower and lower and lower. Apologies for being the voiceless host. But moving to the side of Haven, Emily, I will love to hear from you. What do you think NRG Academy should be doing or will be doing to make sure this series goes 2-1 in their favor?
Well, considering that they're starting the attack, one thing is be a little bit more cohesive, obviously, than what we saw on that first map of Vine. We didn't really get to see them attack too much on Lotus. We didn't get to see them on the defensive half on Lotus, but I just need to see them playing a little bit better together, especially after what YFP brought out in that second map. The fact that they were just fighting together. I know they're going back to that solo Initiator, but as long as they keep that same energy, they keep that same momentum that we saw on Lotus, where they're just all brawling together, constant moving pieces, not ever letting energy kind of settle or feel like they know what's going on. That being unpredictable, that will set them up for success here.
And I think what's so exciting about this series is starting off on our first
map
find it going to that
3.
That would be one-sided kind of Lotus. We're ending off this series with a mirror matchup. This is what we anticipated from both of these teams running this Neon double controller composition, and I think that it will give you a really good taste of how these different styles are going to be clashing here on Haven. And like
Jed, are we ready?
Just saying, we also know and talked about how YFP are just such like a mechanically gifted team, where once they get going, once they have that momentum, any one of these players can shut you down in the server. I'm gonna look towards NRG Academy for having a strong start on their attacking side. I want to see them winning out that pistol round, kind of slowing down any of that momentum that YFP are trying to bring in from map 2.
Well, of course, the day I am losing my voice, we go to 2 map 3s, but I am so excited for this one. YFP versus NRG Academy. Lemon, Kiwi, and Vansili. I don't want to wait any longer. Please take it away.
Now, YFP don't need an academy. It feels like they've really graduated and just are at the top of their game after that 13-2 that we just witnessed. I didn't think that kind of scoreline was possible against NRG Academy. They're such a good team, but this next generation of talent is so exciting, and we get to settle the score, Vans, with a mirror match on Haven.
Yeah, and what started with novelty from YFP for the first 2 maps, as much as they have to cook and try to build novelty and try to build your map pool, there's some that have to fall through the cracks. You just play to comfort now and to the tried and true. So it's natural now that we get to a 3rd map and we go to distance, where you play the most standard comp that you currently have in the meta right now if you're not playing a double duelist. And it's now going to be that double controller. Just as they mentioned on the desk before, Jack is going to play a different Initiator here, now playing as a Sova and still able to do well in this role. But it'll have to come down to familiar territory for Net to be able to call this time around too, because as they're playing a mirror match, he'll know a lot better how to play around YFP's composition.
And Renz is one of my favorite Neons to watch. Very kind of Bonnie-esque, with just how fast and how aggressive he can be. So I like that Renz gets to fall back to old comforts, while Vita, he's just honing in on what made him so special.
Arlesia, bro.
On Lotus was Vita being uncaged.
Me stand up, bro.
You expect him to be maybe more caged on the defensive front, but he could be everywhere all at once too.
Yeah, it was basically a Ricky Martin. He's being living la vida loca. Just crazy moves all across the board and still getting kills. That was what was super impressive to watch on that previous map. I'm pretty sure, as I said, Ricky Martin, nobody knows who that singer is. It doesn't matter.
You kind of
Let's
aged
move forward.
yourself, but that's okay. Was it also
It's a
with a
late
D?
hit for energy towards A, though. A split. No, we turn the page, Lemon Key. We turn the page.
Okay, I'm turning. Okay. So, Venus turning heads with that shot. Jesus, NRG Academy. You gotta
Big
look
kill for
up
Vita.
like William Defoe. At least my Zoomers will
Yeah,
know
this
who
guy
that
just
is.
full
And,
leaves.
NRG
Everybody full
Academy,
leaves. Oh my gosh, they
gotta
just
go
sent it straight back into
elsewhere.
C or
Friends
what?
is also low HP.
Good garage?
It's not gonna be an entry you could heavily lean on, and maybe a sacrificial lamb.
Yep.
Of course, goes in after.
Wait,
the
Zip's
smoke.
going for this?
Down.
I mean, hold on, there's a kill.
Your time.
You're missing all of those? Since when did Zip miss it?
Focus on the
Ah?
What they did was, don't look up if you guys know Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my god.
That
How many
goes
bad
down.
references can we do? And how many shots through the wall are we gonna see? Like now, everybody from NRG Academy.
3v2 though.
Well,
And there
gets a
goes
heads
there
up.
goes one.
The diffuse is slipping by.
Yeah, and there's no chance.
Shondex is not gonna get to see the end of this, and he's not gonna hear the end of this too after letting that one go by. And YFT.
Bro, Stallion started flying at him with a knife,
Oh,
bro.
it's like chaotic there, no matter what.
Yeah, you've-
When they tried to go for a 3-2 split with no
Listen, bro,
information,
you
no
were
research
shown
on-
you were
across the
shown
map from
mercy
Garage, Steve.
by Darkest.
So there was definitely going to be some players
Bro,
hoping to go
please.
for hero plays
Bro,
and cut
please.
rotates and then scrambling for the post plant. At least they got it down here for the side of energy.
Bro, I was
They
trying
did
to
go
grab
for a forced buy. The last time they had a
my other
flat,
shoe that was under my desk,
Lotus,
bro.
it didn't work out in their favor.
And I
but they
couldn't
have a
grab
chance to do
it,
now
bro.
as well.
And I didn't want to
They can
reach
help
down
it
to
on
get
line,
it.
Too. There's been a lot of force buys that we've gotten so far in the series, but instead they want to utilize a little bit more util in the later
All right,
rounds.
let's
in the
see
gun
it.
round. A couple of had it,
One.
man. Now we have nothing.
Yeah.
Blinded.
NRG Academy like the
Stallion for
surprise
one.
you.
And
Got
that's
around,
I thought Jack was gonna get all
well,
three, bro.
YFT
I thought he was about to just snap on that
there.
last guy,
They
bro.
bring 4 weapons into the bonus, and this is the kind of star that gets YFP really going. And I'm sure they're already hyped up for how Lotus ended. That kind of 3-1, 4-1 start is really how the momentum grew and grew for YFP on Lotus. So maybe the timeout timing is going to matter here for NRG if this doesn't happen in their favor. But I need to see a strong first rifle round, or my belief for NRG is going to slowly go away.
Yeah. If anything, though, at least it's kind of crazy on that previous round that you're playing a Viper comp and you're still able to get pinged out by an enemy Silva dart from the A choke so that Vita could get that pick. Understandably, we're on an eco trying to just brute force their way into the A site, but they got to be aware of those moments here where they can't get caught off guard when they're playing, especially their gun rounds, putting walls up and down and trying to force util out early. This is actually good here to get Renz inserted, but unfortunately wasn't quick enough to get that pick. They probably have to cancel out on that plan right now and start activating more towards that C line, where I would hope to see Net with the drone, but they're walking out for contact where Vita was almost looking at the right spot at the right time.
Vita
Ooh, just that small window to cross in front of. And
does get a 140 tag onto Giza,
better
but
10 HP though. Just
not
barely
enough. Not enough.
to still be
Vita
on your
goes
own
down.
2 feet and to get
Sean
that
Dex
outlaw out.
holding
But
for the
this is
mid
one that
push.
will
Takes down
take over the
Darkest.
mantle, while Darkest
Yo, my dude, I really suck at accents, bro. Like, bro, the one time I was in call with Lendolf, bro, and he was trying to tell me to do it, bro. Dog, it's because I know I'm terrible at accents, bro. That's why I was hesitating so hard.
And they punish both of them. One on the overextension in the window, the other one with the shot forced to fall back. So NRG Academy have a good amount of numbers to go for the split into the A site. Should be good. I don't think Jack will come out with any shenanigans here.
Ooh, he's trying to tap those that got pinged and revealed his position. 17 HP. A bad breeze will take him out.
Spike planted.
RG Academy have only Giza injured just since the beginning of the round.
Good thing we only have a good breeze in our map rotation.
I knew you were gonna make some stupid joke about that. I just tried to keep talking and hope that it would.
Nope. Can't let that slip through me.
Well, how about a bad
NT
dart?
Jack.
Well, it was actually a really good dart, but you know,
Jack, that was a great try,
transition
bro.
was there. So, yeah, Stallion had a paranoia, but it's just, you know, gonna be really awful to try and retake with the weapons that they had. And now
Wow.
they turn into Ren's orbs. So that's nice.
And that's absolutely fine for them to die too. At that moment, you have the outlaw and a judge. You can't really save that going to the next round because this was your bonus round. But you're right. The person you don't want to give these orbs to, the two people you want to give it to, are Renz and Net. Net's already one away from his ult. They could also go for a standard default on top of that.
Wait,
C
bro,
line because there was no
look, hold
aggression
on.
coming out from here from
3-1-4
YFP,
Stallion Pod, bruh.
because you had such a passive hold from Vita with the outlaw in the first place.
Stallion
That would give
Pod,
Vita
bruh.
Hunter's Fury right away, but Energy Academy decide to go for the recon into long A, the split.
I can't
into the
believe
A
this.
side,
What a
and they're
chud.
contesting it though for YFP side.
Ooh, Vita gets aggressive. He's got the support of his team. He just gets in the
Vita
middle
for
of
one?
NRG Academy. Just
Damn.
don't get punished, and Stallion catches NRG
Dude,
Academy
I swear, bro.
lacking, thinking
These
it's
guys in
just
Chal
a
are so
solo threat.
fast. I
There's
don't know how
always
they do
more
it.
up YFP sleeve than what you expect.
Wait, garage is just full open.
NRG Academy only have 2 left as well, but hey,
Why is Ziff not
not
nervous?
feeling secure enough.
His
to
turret's already
really
watching B.
drones.
Why
It's
is he
gotta
not
be this
nervous?
duo against the world.
This
Pop
is
the molly,
perfect in that
hell
drone.
late.
They've walked
I mean,
across
whatever,
here.
bro.
The
If they plant C,
Nano
it's whatever.
Swarm, hopefully they're
But,
not
like,
going to go in range of this alarm bot, but they're walking
should have been a little more
backwards
scared of
right
A, man. They could be C Link,
Unfortunately, so
man.
that's gonna have to tempo up a little bit more quickly for Energy Academy to get this plant. Net's still holding the line, but they need to get this plant right now because that would give him Hunter's Fury. Get the plant, get yourself off in a good position as well. Try to use that Hunter's Fury so that Giza can insert himself into the garage potentially. They wasted so much time.
Alright, bro.
Look at
Nick
how
gets
you're
his
already
ult
cooped
up.
for YFP as the plant finally goes down.
Giza playing in garage.
Got smokes left for YFP, so I don't even know if playing long is
This
an
guy
option.
can't even get off
Could
site.
be far away and safe to use the Hunter's Fury.
Wait,
so I
shock
think
dart?
it's just gonna come down to
Darkest.
stalling
It's
out.
3
for NRG
HP?
Academy, getting
That can't get the
timing here,
first.
and even with Stallion low,
Woo!
really wins that out.
Yo, low key, if he
And the
snapped onto
numbers
Stallion there,
come in
bro.
here for YFP and the defuse. So, hey, these rounds are getting closer and closer though between the two.
Yeah, too many unknowns for that pulse plant for the last 2 players. You see, Giza was so focused and watching towards the garage jump down that Net, because he had so much util, he felt like he could have used a lot of that util to stall. That Shock Dart did so much damage. Darkest had 3 HP remaining, but after he gets that contact, and you hear the snake bite come out, Giza, I think, should have started jiggling a little bit first here so they could start doing the pendulum swings, and maybe Net is able to get a double kill out of that one too to trade things off and play a 1v1. But instead, they played 2 individual 1 versus 3, and there was no way here to retake that site or to hold the pulse plan rather for Energy Academy. But here, props to what YFP was doing. They went for the pressure on the A side, double swing towards the garage, and keep pressuring towards the HO. So you added 2 strains of pressure simultaneously, and never really fell back in that moment until finally they
Energy Academy,
won
kind
at
of an early
least one
timeout, but I
section
mean-
of that map, so that they don't have to give
Listen,
up too
bro,
much
if
space.
y'all-
That was basically what we were
y'all
seeing
start
on
kinda
Lewis at
rough
the same time as well.
after losing
And
to
that
13
Energy
too.
Academy
Listen,
they have to continue to
I'd be stressed out too if I
play
was their
that type
coach,
of
man.
style, even though this is or play against that type of style, even if they're playing the mirror comp right now against YFP.
This is an earlier timeout than usual because NRG kind of had that slower start on the previous map. They waited until that 5-1 scoreline to take the timeout. So just trying to get ahead of the game and deal with the bleeding before it turns into a hemorrhage. Maybe it's also a bit of the mental game too of just last map not going your way. This is not the start you wanted. Just to fix it before it gets too bad. Also noting people like Vita who like to get aggressive, and he's got so much support from Stallion. It's going to be another play that YFP go for at A. And with just this lack of presence here from NRG, that could signal to someone like Darkest to be ready for it.
Stays pretty quiet though, as the range from Giza hears the turret into that B side. So they felt like they could have pressured a little bit on top of that C site, but Smoke decides otherwise on a decision.
We get kind of like the bird's eye view from the outside
Vita?
of all the ruckus that's
Gosh,
happening
yeah.
outside in the courtyard.
Whatever, man.
Because
Sean
Vita
Dex,
got tired of no one
you're
fighting
cooked,
him any
buddy.
long, so he wraps around
NT,
the mid,
man.
pulls out the overdrive, and
He did get it in one,
annihilates
but-
Energy Academy. And maybe that kind of eagerness could be both a boon and, well, a curse to this YFP team. But so far, it's definitely a boon.
Yeah, and with Giza, the one that's trying to move up and creep and trying to find information and value, they forfeit the position of having somebody needed to watch the A-line push. And giving up that space, they just went for the trap play. Vita into the window, calls for the flash from Stallion inside the choke. They flood in from, again, all different angles. Front B, window, front garage. Energy goes into grinder. And yeah, we're still one step ahead. This timeout here for Energy Academy to play a little bit more slowly, but still leaving huge gaps that YFP takes full advantage of, and they're back on into an eco. That's got to be frustrating though for the coach MCE, trying to call something here for the team and instantly not getting any value, getting dominated now from
Dark
even
comes through.
weapon scenario. And now
All right, these guys come out long now. Let's see. Ooh, Jack full blind.
Don't really
He's
give
chilling
you
now.
time to think. Like, as soon as you get
Ren's
the
for
back
one.
control there, you're bored. And Ren's is someone that's trying to tempo up, but his team
Jack,
got
in short.
caught by a snake, but
One?
was left behind
Nah, no more.
Duelist. And Ren's
All right, let's see it, bro.
doing work.
2v2.
Maybe that's all you need.
I mean, they've
to
kept it
get
pretty
Ren's
even.
into gear. This is left with a 2 versus 2.
Vita, you're
with
10
no
HP,
flank
bro.
Yet. Ren's is a Hunter's Fury, but you know there's some trouble above and ahead of you. Vita's gonna have to take a back seat on this one at 10 HP, but you know there's no slowing down a guy like Vita. Zip though has made an emergence.
Vita?
And he's been floored. That's a moment for Vita to emerge, and then Ren secures the round. But a 4K? Can he really keep doing that? At least this is the version of Ren's we know and love.
Dude, another weapon diff, but in favor of Energy Academy. This is insane how these rounds are going, how this series has been developing between these two teams. Look at the buy that you have. It's thanks to the overdrive that really opens up the site for Ren's, and also the fact that you have one player that's down to 10 HP on Vita on the 2 versus 2. Everything worked out in the favor for Energy Academy for the activation of the player that you really like to see on his Neon here, 11 QE Ren's. So they stay in the game, they stay in the match thanks to that. That definitely wasn't drafted up by MCE, but I'm glad here that the calls from Net to trust his
Viper
teammates
roll?
on the openers
For
makes
where?
it work.
Right, the pit, as soon as you sense some
it's enough for them to leave.
enemies here on the other side of the playing field. Gonna get Energy Academy in a
Yeah, but now you have to have
different
a
spot.
whole
Although
guy here.
Hunter's Fury is always a consideration
like the
if you
scuff
want to
thing.
end up there eventually. Energy
like this,
Academy know
though.
they kind of have to move fast before Vita's somewhere in their backline.
Exactly that. Moving forward now to break KJ Utility towards B, you might pull them away from Garage, except there's no really true inserts for Garage right after, so they're just going straight into it.
Pull comes through.
Forcing out the Hunter's
Oh,
Fury.
Zip for 2. Jack with the
Parting
kill.
seas, and Willett even claims
And
a
Vita.
life, too,
Yeah, okay.
while Vita
4v1 for
carves his
Geza.
name through the right side of the map, and it's walking into the hands of YFP, who had a trap ready for you.
I'm going to try to talk about for the next minute here, Lemon Kiwi, because this is going to be a safer Giza.
Yeah.
30 seconds
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Let's
I'd
talk
ask
about
about
how
the weather,
unfortunate that was for Energy Academy, because I was expecting maybe the first TP into the B site was maybe like a tap to bait out that Hunter's Fury, and you could TP out and then reset the round with like 30-40 seconds left. Where again you
10
break KJ
seconds
Utility, you force the conversion now into both links. You keep the Viper inside our pit, and you could move outside through Garage from the C site, because most of your players were really focused into that area. They were still playing like a 4-1 split default at the very beginning here for Energy Academy, but they decide to push into the site through the Hunter's Fury, and Zip does this.
enemy remaining.
It's YFP really just kicking into gear. They are so fired up. They're playing so confidently. They're hitting all their shots. And they're fully respecting NRG Academy in the process. I'm not really seeing any silly, just, you know, the Van silly. But
I was gonna say,
Vita's-
you're gonna see me?
Yeah, I try not to. But Vita's also trying to get into that backline at all times. So that's the real silly part. And Ren's trying to do his impression of it, but the better Neon stands tall. But NRG Academy's trades with pistols, man. Their lower
Vita.
buys are something special.
Dude, just
But
get
so is
straight
this Neon
ran
from
through, bro.
YFP. Eventually
My
gets dealt
gosh.
with, but not before the demise of NRG Academy.
All right, let's see
But
this
again,
next round, bro.
another
They have
assist
4
off the
ults.
column here for Jack, getting value off the recon dart into the A choke, so that Vita gets whatever he's hit by, still gets a kill with it because of that recon dart. I want to take one more step back into that B side hit we saw on that previous round when we had a gun round for Energy Academy. I feel like what they could start doing this summer as well is, if they want to hit that B site, man, start throwing one ways instead of throwing that link smoke. Force your opponents to like take peek, show their feet, and then you could punish it through the one ways. That's something that you can use to your advantage. I mean,
See,
watch
Dark gets broken,
some
but
of
Vita's up
Emily-
again.
Emily's Instagram shorts. She talks about it.
They just full left it. Yo,
And I love
Guys,
watching, like, new talent
I
coming
think
into
we're good
town.
on A, man. If he floods
Vita,
through, we
I
have
mean,
him, but
top 64 in the open qual.
just give it for now.
Back in stage 3 and just takes
Fake
the right
Petra towards
team
C.
to really enable a duelist
Ooh,
of this
Sondex
caliber,
actually
but
TPs for.
Darkus
Oh my
is
gosh, they popped ult for that?
annihilated.
Dark is dead. Oh my gosh, that pulled so many guys. They just have an open A site.
So, finish actually weakened this C site, and you pull all of YFP.
Bro, Stallion ulted for that.
Energy Academy get to actually have time to think.
Why do I keep calling Stallion Sondex and Sondex Stallion?
This lockdown, so they know now that the KJ's still anchoring and leaning towards the C side, so they can move towards A for the plant. Look at how they're gonna play this.
Smoke goes
You're
up
hoping
A,
here that
heaven.
off the plant, KJ's gonna start rotating
Vita,
around
talk
and
to
getting
me.
a lockdown, and then Net's gonna get a late insert through the garage door and try to go for the late lurk. You're just hoping that the timing works in his favor, so he doesn't get.
Oh my
hit
gosh,
by
wait,
the
this guy
alarm
ulted
bot.
hella close to CT. No, the effects,
Trying
no.
to maybe find some fun timing there. YFP are trying to get around.
Bro, Vita got that kill,
and maybe
bro.
through the pit eventually.
Oh, look at Net. Yeah, they're trying to save, and Net just has him.
This is gonna.
Beautiful.
Yep, this is gonna finish the round.
No keeping
It's
guns
gonna
around
be
here, I
lockdown
guess.
Through it, but hey, NRG Academy able to make this as cheap as possible so that they can catch up in the score with some other ultimates they have in tow.
Again, luck on the side of Net too, because I think as he's about to jump inside the window, you had the recall of the alarm bot for Xif, so you could try to bring that refresh a little bit lower and use it somewhere else on the post plant. So as they do that, as they rotate over and Net finds that timing, you saw that pick from Eng that canceled the retake right away. You saw that they switched out from the lockdown. They try to walk back towards spawn and save their weapons and chit chat to each other into the next round, and Net finds 2 big kills out of that one too. Very important round once again, where Net comes in clutch moments to keep energy really in this game.
That's what they need to keep doing. Just steal away these rounds. Now work towards these ults. It has got an op going. Man, was he ever scary with it on Lotus, but thankfully for NRG, they're nowhere near it. IFP being as quiet as they can, a lot more conservative their position compared to, you know, the Stallion Vito
Right.
walk-up, but Renz is creeping by enemy lines.
Renz.
And Jack
Darkus gets
could not
trade.
deal with it in time.
Checks out.
And
Let's
NRG
see,
Academy
Stallion.
have broken in.
Stallion,
Still
how's that for
one
you?
problem lays ahead, and once these walls and smokes are coming up, NRG
This is
Academy
huge. This is huge.
are re-clearing elsewhere.
And it's still 4
This is
players here.
genuinely massive
I wouldn't
info.
be,
Oh my
I
goodness.
wouldn't mind like a cut of
Yo.
noise and re-hitting with the KJ ult after. But as they move back as a group, hoping that I hope that Giza
Look at
stays
where
so he
Vita
stays
already
in the
is.
alarm bot. If not, we're
Look
going
at
to see a very
Giza.
similar round where you're out
Giza,
of this
bro,
alarm
Ziff.
bot.
Oh
then
my
you find the
gosh.
timing.
I'm just mixing up guys on this team for fun
So
at this
close.
point, bro.
You'll see it.
Why-
You'll see it disappear at this range now. Sorry, Lemon Kiwi. And now he's
Oh,
gonna
you're
walk.
good.
Oh, he
30
just shot it. He
seconds
just shot it.
Broke the
That
alarm
was a little bit of
bot,
a mistake.
so they know they have to
YFP
speed up,
are the
and they
type of
know
team
there's
that
going to be a guy
walk,
here looking for
free
them.
respawn like this, and
Leg?
this
Oh my
guy
gosh,
was a
no.
HE. How is he still standing? Now, Vita, I don't know if you're going to get
Stun?
another opportunity like that.
Nothing.
He's going to reposition through garage.
Bro,
He's gifted that.
that would have been such a
Lockdown
massive
be
kill. Good kill,
lockdown.
Vita.
This is about to be a no man's land, and Vita
Wait.
is trying to end this round before the lockdown.
Oh,
goes
Giza!
down.
On 10
Or
HP?
really
Oh my
Giza
gosh!
with a 3K
On 10 HP?
I can't believe it.
Dude, he gets
Bro,
3
Vita almost
kills
made up
while
for the
he's
round
standing.
2,
We were
bro.
just talking it
He
before.
almost gave it to
Blake
them,
as they're
bro.
walking up by Vita and somehow still stays alive to play around a lockdown and get 3 kills before he gets
Timeout
detained.
comes through.
That was
Insta.
insane
Yeah.
stuff. And again, you can't see it from the point of view of Stallion, so I respected that he shot that alarm bot. But if you waited that extra second, you would see that the alarm bot disappears. He would call it for his teammate that they're definitely leaning towards that C site, and you just try to stall as much as you can because that lockdown will force players to fall back. You wouldn't have Net turn around to watch that flank anymore, and then you probably could have gotten good value out of Stallion off the lurk. That said, though, turned out to be a brawl for how good they've been for YFP to fight toe to toe. But as you see, the patterns finally broken after winning 2 and losing 1, winning 2, losing 1. YFP finally lose 2 in a row, and that's finally going to sound the alarm for YFP to call their own timeout because they don't want NRG Academy to come back within this game.
That's the type of team that they are, right? Just when you thought
Yeah.
that that map 1 was, I mean, it was up 12 to YFP were up 12 to 9, and NRG just all of a sudden came back. So It's great to see how they adapted, although it's sometimes better sooner than later. But one thing that Energy are going to be happy about is YFP not having an op again. Because Beta is so scary with it. And just the fact that Energy Academy had Guardian Angels watching them where they get legged by an op and can still tell the tale. Now it's a full save for YFP.
You break an early turret as
Let's
well.
see if they
so
insta-get
you
the
have to
orb.
now be careful of a garage walkout or front B walkout.
Bro.
Right
As
now,
if
you're
it's
just trying to
those.
do
As
some
if it's those.
extremity punishment.
It's okay,
but
bro.
You might have to give up on re-clearing min, but now instead you're going to do it because
Oh my
look at
gosh.
the push from YFP.
Inch. Wait, what?
Crazy from Ange. Finally, NRG Academy get a punish.
What type of collide is that?
Still
Yo, if I'm Jack, I'm actually heated. Do you see where this guy is where he died?
kills. There's 2 more from YFP.
Collateral?
Energy Academy, avoid them as best as possible. so
I
you can't avoid
guess.
death with shots like that. And NRG Academy will just flip the map and go towards C. But how the heck does Darkus get the tail end of that? This is very doable now for YFP.
And they should have known too that they had the outlaw. They were the ones using the outlaw in the first place into the A choke. You gotta be afraid of that getting picked up here, and you're pushing towards that spawn, getting one tapped.
And this is where you don't want to extend out as anywhere you can. And hey, Stallion through Garage, not successful. Darkus pinged a lot of obstacles in his path, and he's just deciding to eat the damage. You get a timing on NRG Academy, but has to scope in.
This guy at the turret, bro.
Awkward as ever, and now NRG Academy with 3 rounds in a row will make this a much better half.
Hold up.
Hey, at least he got the nice flick onto the turret.
Dude, it was 6-2.
Missed net, but he got the turret.
Could
and
be
you'll
6-6
take at
now.
least something here as the damage you've done. I mean, look at this. Beautifully done at the very beginning here on how Ange was able to get that double kill.
That was hella
But it
skillful.
almost
Yo, is that
felt like
Darkus
they
with the
didn't
100
want
Thieves
to
Classic?
lose
Yo,
that
shout out
outlet in the
Darkus,
first place.
bro.
They tried to continue to fight through and save their teammates, and then one of them got punished, and it almost made it doable there for YFP to really not allow Energy to come back in the game after that timeout. And now it comes down to this last round, or 6-6 half.
Wait,
or look at
you're
that.
just passing him up. Hello? Stallion's aware at least. Stallion's full aware.
Oh, you saw the hand.
There we go. Okay.
The jig is up. YFP, man, on these 8 crunches, it's been more successful than not. And NRG Academy trying to become more
Darkest, big
aware of it.
cut.
And
5v3.
Friends
All
tries
right,
to jump in
7-5 half,
solo
bro. If
and
they somehow lose this, I
dodge.
might actually be shocked.
NRG Academy are going for any play they can, but YFP win it every time.
Yeah. And I respect that look. They've never done it really for Energy Academy, and they went old school with that, except they only had one player walking down towards that wall. And thankfully, you know, there was no recon dart, so you felt like you had the timing on the attack side. But unfortunately, your hand sticks out, and you don't have any players with you to trade off against the aggression from the other side of that wall of YFP. So Energy Academy, they have to try to salvage this round in a 3 versus 5. And they are hesitating this round.
They're cooked, man.
See how they deal with Darkest here. It's going to be tucked into the corner with the turret, and
Dark
hey,
comes
we
through.
saw NRG
Don't matter.
Academy be really good at
Joan!
working on a turret.
Joan!
Oh, Darkest doesn't need to worry about
Darkest full blind with the 2K. Bang!
final victim of the half. 7-5 now for YFP, and this is
Good
still
recovery for
anyone's
NRG Academy, though.
game. Well, depending on how this goes.
Yeah, I just didn't like that. Look at this. You're having like the paranoia, but then the first one going in and looks up just to break the turret instead of really trying to clear the corners. Really didn't give a chance here for Energy Academy to get any type of trade into the B site in the first place. But I mean, it was a very tough scenario for them to be able to win here on their side because they've lost 2 players so early in the round. But we know Energy Academy are really good at snowballing a beginning half of the of an attack side when they win a pistol. So
Or they'll
they were
force
able
if it
to-
doesn't work.
Yeah,
This has been more of
exactly.
YFP forcing, but YFP have taken the last 3 pistols, so the ball is more in their court on recent success.
Exactly, and I forgot the sides has flipped, so Energy Academy has to play the defense after all. Actually, sorry, but it's YFP still making the first step to break the turret inside the garage.
The passive approach is Shondex kind of leaves an important gap, but goes into the site to support Ange as best as they can. They try to own their half of the real estate, and
Zeph with the
somehow Shondex dies to util, and anybody would die to a Neon moving like that. Like Vita is unstoppable when he gets a groove going.
One enemy remaining.
The rest, energy staggering, and the pistol
Good pistol.
decidedly goes
Good
in
pistol.
favor of YFP.
Yeah, first one dying. What is it, like a nano molly lineup for the first one to fall? But if not, if anything else, it's the follow-up behind Vita slides for the entry. They have such good firepower across the board here. And as much as I've praised the utility work from Jack and from Darkus in the last 2 rounds, now we're really seeing the support value coming out from Stallion. Because on a big map like this, for Haven, where your Sova is going to be staying a lot further back, trying to set recon darts for your team and droning, you need somebody else to step up to the plate. And when Darkus is playing Viper, then your secondary entry is going to have to be Stallion as his omen.
Oh,
He's doing
got
a
pinned
great
out.
job at it.
Oh, Vita! Or not Vita. Ziff. I'm so used to saying Vita at this point, bro.
He caught walking out of smoke, and he still wins that. Like, it's
Vita's having
insane.
a sick game today, bro. But
That forces now Energy Academy to
we've been glazing a little
bring
too
it back
much.
towards
Let's
A.
calm it
The
down.
gap right now for YFP to take as they really walk in towards this B site. Ziff, even if it gets taken down, is going to get enough information for the team.
Ziff
Actually
dead.
not. He's going to
She's
get
at least
picked
two. I
off
don't
by
know
the
if you
first
saw
one.
the
Here's
third
the
guy,
second
but-
running to pick up the gun. So that count
One.
for 2.
Molly,
Like
2.
Darkus getting
Shock darts, 3.
aggressive with it, and even the snake
Marshall,
bite, and
5.
it's just as easy as
Bang.
that for YFP. Encroaching
Briz.
on those double digits, carrying 3 into the next round.
Briz?
It just feels like YFP are so decisive on how they move
Briz?
around the map, despite this.
What is
both teams
Briz, Goldie
comfortable
for?
on this map? They floated for a reason. But now NRG need to convince us here with this first rifle round, or this whole series will get away from them.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
It'll be a bonus round here. The Marshal still
Ask
available
Wendorf.
for YFP, but they're going to give it to Darkus.
We will know for
So
sure.
he's the one that's going to play the scope for the
That
team.
guy's probably
Again,
asleep, bro.
remember,
You know what time
not
it is?
surprised because I remember this map on Haven when Darkus is playing Breach. He's also open as a Breach. Not afraid to play that. He's now watching that line at long. He spots 2 of them, and that will allow for them to tempo up a lot more towards this left side of the map, knowing that there's heavy aggression from 2 players on A.
Good thing there's NRG are shooting marshmallows, because Darkus feels like he got tagged so many times, and he's still in it. Calling out those numbers too from the right side of the map. YFP have been gifted Garage a little bit, but this insertion from Ange is gonna cause some issues, especially if he's allowed to live, which he is.
Tomorrow,
Now
ask him
Ange
what
can
Briz is
play
randomly,
the
bro. I don't
rest
think
of
he's gonna
NRG
be
Academy are doing
on
work on the front lines, so
on stream for
YFP
NA
gets
tomorrow.
squeezed on all ends. NRG Academy really needed this round.
Unless
Next,
AXG
that's
has a
what
game
happened
tomorrow.
here.
If they do, I'll
Seeing that
ask.
pressure from 2 players on that.
You gotta
A side
remind me, though.
are telling themselves, okay,
No,
there's
I'm not gonna
a
remember.
chance for us to work into like some sort of weaknesses down the lanes, or that's Garage, or that's
Good
B,
kill for Ziffinator.
or that's Long C. But Long C, it's such a tight corridor, so Garage is definitely the right call.
Yeah,
But
Ziff,
then
let me
they
know you
didn't
get another
expect
one,
for that
bro.
insert from Ange all the way towards that front C side, so Energy Academy kind of left that accounted for.
Ziff, let me know you get a.
Garage is a
Let me know
gap
you get
they can
another
still
one.
Hold into like a bait and switch onto the C site, and it works to perfection.
Bet will. Gotcha.
Any weapons for Ziv are out of reach, out of sight, out of
Yeah.
mind, and 10 seconds left.
He wasn't looking back sight until you brought him in.
It ends in NRG's favor. And again, the leads of, we don't really talk about Lotus. I don't think, simply, we never talk about Lotus. But on any other map that has been more even, the lead has always been between 3 or maybe 4. So NRG Academy, they can keep this close. That
Hydrate.
first
I don't have any
round
more
is
water, bro. I'm so
definitely gonna
sorry.
Inspire a potential
I drank
comeback.
I drank all my water, bro.
And with that victory, too, only losing 2 weapons in the process. Renz is the only one that is at small shields. Yeah, full util
I'm so
across the board
sorry,
as well,
bro.
except no drone for net.
I got
So they're
robbed. I'm so
realizing here
sorry,
that they're
bro.
potentially fighting
I'll
as an
refund you, bro.
outlaw,
Don't
and
worry, bro.
You want to invest a little bit more into the armor.
For your 300
Leveling up
points,
here
I'll
to try to
refund you,
take full
bro.
control of this A choke.
Listen, you know I'm
so
good
that
for it,
can
man. I got you,
keep
bro.
those pairs stacked and not forced to rotate if there's any util that gets broken in the very beginning, because you would expect here that YFP is playing a default. Oh my god, that was close.
It's gonna be solo here. Is maybe
W
Ren's
streamer?
supposed to be able
Thank
to
you,
flex
bro.
into B if that's gonna be the hit.
That might be the
so
first time I've ever been called a
that
W
Ange
streamer,
doesn't have
bro.
to do it all on his own. Well, him plus a turret. So like,
I be getting spammed with L streamer, bro.
there.
L streamer.
So, Energy Academy just minimizing risk here and letting YFP put their pawns.
I'm glad somebody thinks I'm a winner.
You'll take that W for Energy Academy because again, you couldn't
Those
really
kids be
invest
on
into
it.
a drone in the first place, but you forced out the
Those
drone
kids
on the
be
other
gangsta.
side. So now you're even keel in terms of economy, utility economy on both sides. YFP are grouped up though to go for an explosion into the B site where there's only one person there.
Okay.
Fade away there. YFP
Okay.
and this door has been shut. Energy Academy having a lot of success stopping YFP before they even think about
Gets
planting
spammed with Chud.
these
Yeah.
this round and the last.
And they're gonna have to save this
YFP are
one.
stuck. Yeah.
Chud. L
Zip is
streamer.
just gonna
Daddy.
pray that he's able to stay alive here in Bunny while his teammate's gonna be safe towards spawn. But you see the difference as well as I critique the one-way smoke that's not being thrown here on that left side to cover up the ceiling. What YFP has done at least, even if they don't throw the one-way, is that they've at least thrown the smoke deep enough so that nobody could really wide swing into like a deeper entry into the B site. Although the smoke was pretty decent, Sean X was still able to swing out and get good value because everybody was so focused on Ange as he scores the first blood on the double walk-in
buy some
or the
things.
single walk-in through the double smoke. So it's good on him to capitalize on that first kill. A lot of the players across the board from Energy Academy are really fighting right now to stay alive in this game. Well, right now for YFP, they're still counting on the openers from Vita, who's decided to do a switch off to buy a judge to be a little bit more fast.
I'm here for the remainder of the game pullers. Don't piss me off. Bro, I'm cheering for YFP. It's okay. What's up, Anaya?
Still gets found, even though I thought the defense
Listen, we're
was
YFP
looking
lovers
at a
today.
recon, and that's why the buddy system from NRG Academy bails him out.
Dude,
when
it's
they get
like
a
it's
little
like
too
it's like it's like
overwhelmed, not having
it's like
Vita
before I even joined YFP in the
really
first
gonna
place, bro.
hurt YFP.
You know what I'm saying?
I think if this round
I was
doesn't
low-key a
go their
YFP
way,
Glazer.
It might be time to think about a
We don't talk
timeout.
about that.
Yeah, it's time
Low-key,
to go
me
back
too.
to like the default if they want to try to do these things too, to like waste out the utility on the defense. I think what really cooked Vita was that orb that decays you walking in. Then you have a nanostorm on the ground, and I'm pretty sure Ange threw a snake bite. So there's no
We glaze
way
YFP to curse
you're
them? No, we
getting through
glaze
all of
YFP
that.
because
You're
we
just
love
gonna
them,
melt
bro.
down and melted.
They have some magical
Definitely
talent.
is what
Like
Vita
Vita's
did
dead, but like
on
he's
the
low key the
attempted entry towards
toughest.
that C site.
And then like, bro,
This is YFP taking a chance
Stallion,
of just going through
Darkest,
C
Jack,
main
and
instead of
Sif.
just
Damn,
wrapping
this is
through
a nasty
Mirage,
roster,
trying to
bro.
find
King
different
Fred
ways
is
to
the coach
crack
too.
C as best as
Damn.
they can.
Best team ever. They're not the best team ever, but they're
YFP
awesome.
just
They're pretty cool.
Why
you
they
know,
get into A?
the
Well,
Victix is like
I
you
think
know
the
the
best
bestest,
division
but like
here
it's
is
chill. You know what I mean?
Ned, and not in
Also,
an
Net, you are
escapable
gone, buddy.
position. He's gonna accept this fate. He is.
Wait, good kill for
He needed
Darkest as
Ned
well.
for the Hunter's Fury. YFP
I'm
has
just trying to fight
salvaged
back in.
around. Renz is about to get discovered, and his decision will be
Ooh,
forced.
wait, good
The
blind.
turret may spot him.
Wait, the
rest of YFP.
TP into heaven.
By a
Smoke's about to go
crit
down.
From Jack, just on a big win condition for NRG. Now you have to play your numbers if you're YFP, and what a turnaround for the rest of this team. After losing their duelist, they're up to double digits.
Thought you had a timing on that one too, but Stallion staying on the top of heaven is able to spot that walkout onto Graffiti.
Dude, this guy got blinded and instant TP'd
You're
into
right.
heaven, just
As
with no fear.
Things started off so well for Energy Academy to
Just
hold
zero
off on
fear.
that
He's just the
line.
toughest, bro.
Instead of being tucked in on the left side or showing yourself on the left side to jiggle for some information, you had to be tucked on the right because Net really wanted to get vision on sewers if they're walking up on that side. He gets caught. There's no smoke. He's getting spammed now with shock dart. You're forced to run out. And you were just hoping that worst comes to worst, you have a teammate smoke heaven for you and you could play the Hunter's Fury. Unfortunately, that big punish is potentially going to be very costly right now for Energy Academy, especially after that punish as well.
Wondering what moment it was going to take for YFP to punish these walk-ups from Energy Academy. Usually it's through A long, but Peaks and Sewers, both of them punished at different times. Still enough, not enough to inspire YFP to go that direction. Not when you know Net is looming the distance. Giza wants to just get information as quickly as possible by just being front and center and dies. That was
Giza
so
just
fast.
full slammed.
Yeah, I've seen these
Pretty
weapons
open.
now.
Oh my gosh!
Given it up a long time ago.
Vita.
So yeah, Net is going to pick up the op,
Smoking that
salvage
Net
it into
back.
the next round.
Bro,
but I think
Vita
that's
is
now
something
you're
special,
seeing,
bro.
You know, for those of you that are new to Valorant or trying to understand the meta into
Vita
why
da
we're playing this
Delita.
solo control and how good that Viper Wall is.
What a guy.
It was just easy for Vita to play on the outside towards T-spawn.
Damn. I didn't
EDS
think Net
down
hit
that
those.
line and look to see if anybody crosses over that Viper Wall on the attack. So even if it's an op shot that comes through or an op that comes out, you'll still get first shot because you're just ready and posted on that line. Well, if you're trying to cross this wall right here that I'm talking about, there's so many different micro areas
Bro.
you have to look to clear towards that T-spawn area.
And I,
You're
Vita's like
almost on,
17,
1
right?
to 4 chances that you're gonna know and place your crosshair at the right spot. And that 25% didn't come
Like
out
he's
into your
genuinely
favor
just like.
for that walk across for Renz.
Okay, I thought he was
And then
19.
you
Am
tried
I
to walk
trolling?
a second one to surprise an opponent.
I thought he was
didn't
like.
work
I
out.
thought
They
he was like hella
saved the
young.
op.
I thought he was like hella
And
young.
now you don't even have money to move into the next round either. This is going to have to be another Energy Academy that has to pull out.
Only reason I'm saying that is because I
tricks.
thought he was
You
16
gotta
all
push this
last
into
year.
another overtime.
A thrifty trick at that. too,
Unless
so.
they're able to do that, yeah, definitely. Thrifty is something they've been good at so far in this series, and that is maybe that little hope. that you
Yes,
have
go
if
ask,
you're an
bro.
Energy Academy fan.
And NRG just started to build up some hope when they had the back-to-back round wins. They started to get their economy under control. They don't have to save every other round and pull out miracles. But
Might be
last
GG's.
time
It
out
is,
here
bro.
for
It's been
Energy
been done for a
Academy
minute. It's
to come
okay.
up with any more tricks that we were hoping for, but you're also facing a Vita with overdrive. So now it's how far away can we be from YFP realistically so that we can be in a position to shoot Vita when he comes in. And it's not easy because he always throws up the neon walls.
When the GD
and
stream,
he's
dog?
never
What is
alone.
GD?
Like Stallion has had a good buddy system with him usually. So it's just shoot Vita would be the win condition, but easier said than done.
Exactly. they
Geometry
tried that on
dash?
that previous
Why
round
would
by
I do a
posting Renz
geometry
pretty off, and
dash
still
stream?
gets spun.
Hello?
So rifle or
Hop
off
one?
versus
No.
rifle when you're still losing it is such
What
a
do you mean geometry
difficult
dash stream? Are
position
you
to
kidding
put
me?
yourself into. But now it's a gamble right now. You're trying to figure out if you want to force down around this, and looks like you are. You have a judge.
I'm
to
low-key
work
a
with, you have
geometry dash
Renz with a
chat, I won't
sheriff.
lie.
I mean, right now, if there's no presence from YFP on this C long, I would like to see him try to work for that orb control for Renz. Get an overdrive ready for round number 20 if you lose this one here. But it is a huge investment. And look at that. Look at how kinky Energy Academy is. The Viper orb or the Viper ult looks like a foot.
I was just about to DM you that screenshot. We actually have one brain cell between the both of us.
He's 17?
And now
What?
I
Yeah,
am
okay.
Choking. All right.
That's what I
Oh
thought.
my God.
Let's just make that one. Only one person here choking. So it is up to Vita. Vita go shoot, but Vita needs to wait for info. Then Vita go shoot. But then Ains is in a nice hiding spot with a judge. So wait a minute. Hunter's Fury, though, is trying to throw some wrenches in the gears here.
Oh
Next,
I guess, man.
YFP,
You know what? Sure, bro.
Because now it's time for Vita to go shoot. And I don't
Yeah.
think
Rah.
Net wants to take...
Oh.
a nice steady aim there. But the Hunter's Fury, Jack wants revenge. And to suppress the back
no
of the
tags.
site so you can actually
Fine, Keys
plant.
dies anyway.
But YFP barely...
Oh, and
have
it's
a hold of the
2v3 for,
situation. The spike carrier just
yeah,
died.
for
Big
Penguins?
moment for Shondex. Now you have
Oni
Renz
Val,
on
thank you for the follow.
combo,
Appreciate you.
assess the entirety of the site, and YFP have
2v3.
already enough
That's already on.
their
That's
plate
on 50 HP.
try and deal with this.
Damn,
Good
Kim's
turnaround for NRG. Now they have numbers. You still have
Stan.
Net, though, with just a sheriff.
That
Renz is
guy
coming
is
down
too
like an angel. and
Stun,
nothing
slide,
ever
holy
happened.
moly.
And NRG buy themselves another life.
Yeah, and speaking of feet, he broke his ankles landing down on
Am
the
I
ground.
hearing some
Thankfully,
random
it was
person
a
in the background? Am I
paranoia thrown
trolling?
by Shondex that allows here Renz to get that pick. So very nicely done, and they played it safe too. The drone to make sure that you capitalize on the information of where that second player could be at. They knew he was playing towards the graffiti, and they're able to salvage that round. I thought after this timeout was going to be like a half buy or like some sort of low econ buy so that you could play for the OT. But they played the one player on the sheriff and forced around it, and leveraged also their ultimates to be able to win that round and to stay in this game. So I like that call in the end. You took all of that timeout for MC to cook up something to make sure that they could hold out an aggressive attack from YFP.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Vita go
punish
shoot.
right
Things
away.
got a little weird there for
Yeah,
Nets.
it really feels like YFP have been the punishers. Like anytime NRG Academy throws something at them, YFP hit it out of the park. And quite a number of first bloods have come Vita's way. Now with these smokes up YFP have to take a beat. And this judge is gonna hurt a lot. And you also kind of need Giza alive for any lockdowns, but it might not be even a point of this round. I've
Just
seen
hoping to
YFP play
stop
this though.
the aggression of Vita coming in. So it's just gonna jiggle left and right. And meanwhile, though, I think it almost seems like for YFP, if they want to re-hit towards the A side, they're just waiting for Jack to get the recon back up.
Gambling, like which side do you want to sit on, and how can you find yourself in the right spot when the neon walls come up? And Stallion,
Dude, I mean, do they keep... Oh, they're actually going through.
there's a set. Here
Yo!
comes the neon even while paranoid. And
Dude, but I mean,
Giza
Sondex gets it back,
goes
bro.
down the duelist. YFP have to flood in after
Damn,
the
Jack! You know what, sure. You guys can do whatever you want.
And the collapse timed while YFP looked like they were gutted. Managed to get back on top. Ange will be a thorn in their side, though. Literally, he's coming in from the side, and YFP.
Nobody's giving you
at
the
least
kill,
they
bro. Come on,
know
just start. Get to stepping, Ange.
where this position is, and even have a nice one-way set up, courtesy of Stallion.
Oh man,
And Jack
Dude, this
confirms
Jack
the
guy's
3K,
cheating, bro.
One round away from being 3-0 in the
What's the thing those bots be spamming on
As
Twitter,
soon
bro?
as the wall comes up, counts the seconds, just randomly sprays into it, and Jack gets the pick. And again, we looked at how expensive that round was for NRG Academy and their buy that they converted in that round number 19. Any type of scenario where they're going to lose these back and forth engagements, as soon as they lose a round, they're going to also be in a scenario where they have to go for a mixed bag of tricks again and try to salvage these rounds. Very, very tough look to see, but you're hoping this time around too that you're going to leverage the lockdown. You're seeing it here. Look at how passively you're playing it from Ziff. You have alarm bots that's watching like late lurks into the A link. You're playing forward positions over on the A side, just trying to punish Darkest over on this choke. And if you forfeit that spot or you hold it and they take mid control, then at least you know where they could be going from that alarm bot. And then you're playing soft side C, so you can play the lockdown for the retake.
2 Buckies, or at least 1 Bucky in this
Wait, I think you're timing the drone.
situation, and
Oh my
this
gosh,
is
Darkest.
gonna be
Darkest.
the road of no
Darkest, just
return,
wait.
and Darkest
No, NT.
and it rings
Well,
true
you have an
for
open
NRG
C.
Academy.
Giza has ult,
Joining us,
and
well,
they
a
start getting active in
12-8
CT.
scoreline
Sun
is
comes
great
through.
for
This
YFP.
guy's
Some
cooked.
map do not feel safe. Look at that.
Maybe he's not cooked. Wait.
Lowest to bottom
How is
field.
Stallion all the way in their
Rifles.
spawn? There's no way they're ready for this.
Such a good advantage.
There's
for
no way
Fire
they're ready
versus
for
2.
Stallion.
Retake, defuse,
As long as they kill
through.
Diffuse, they're not
Can't
killing
even
Diffuser.
see what's
Because
going
Diffuser's not
on,
dying.
And you can't stop it either. So that's NRG Academy extending this map.
And thankfully only losing 2 players
Please,
too.
YFP, I
The economy is
need
going to be decent
that.
now for Energy Academy to still have a strong buy. So yeah, it exactly works in their favor. And you see that Vita was so focused on just trying to get the kill and go for the highlight play.
Whole bunch of
instead
idiots
just
on my team.
breaking
Get him
up.
banned.
Look at what the buy they had. They had the
Just a bunch of
overdrive and also
chuds.
just a Bucky protecting that that lockdown that's out in the open. That was just an easy spray down to take that, and instead we tried to slide through to take down the player first. And that really just scrambled YFP in the post plant. They give Energy Academy a chance to come back in the game with that.
Yeah,
One
that
for
12-9
Sondex,
scoreline was
2 for
something to worry
Sondex.
about, but when
Is it-
Sondex is the tip of the spear,
There it is. Come
this is
on.
fantastic for NRG Academy.
Come on,
It's
Darkest.
Pressure makes diamonds, and man,
Come
will
on.
NRG shine when
Bang.
everything looks dire. You got kind of a high
Oh
low,
yeah. 3v3.
trifecta of YFP.
Net swinging short. Doesn't
one
get
round,
anything.
but you know-
Oh yeah.
There's always more around the corner when it comes to NRG, and you've caused such a ruckus here in sewers and around A main that see if YFP decide to go elsewhere.
Yeah, the good thing, at least from Ren's falling down, is that he saw all 3 swing against him. So Net was trying to give another player advantage by going for that aggressive play. Couldn't get that pick. And now from that repeat, though, they still have the right numbers. They're playing very similar style to that previous round where Giza's utility is going to help them find any type of late push back towards the C site, and they could focus on the crossfire on A. Despite having lower numbers, you have to walk into the
Oh.
crosshairs.
Oh,
Good trade for
for
Jack.
Ange, though. You don't have a pit for
They
this
still
post
just go back
plant,
into
and
this. I mean, 30
NRG Academy
seconds.
needed to
Look at the
prevent
timing
that
for
at
Ziff.
all costs. 2
And that was
versus 2
aware.
for the win. Net
1v2.
gets ahead of
Jack,
the
can you get it
game.
done?
It's all up to Jack against his opposition. Well, everything being shot.
No.
He looks at the wrong side.
Yo,
the
don't go
wrong
OT
time,
here
and
now.
NRG Academy
Don't go
make
OT
it
here
2
now.
in a row. This
Come
is
on.
so reminiscent of our first map. A 12-9 lead for YFP. And NRG force overtime and eventually win it. So this is not the time for YFP to trip
Second
up yet,
timeout? Yeah, okay.
And they're going to try and lock in using this timeout.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about, right? Even if you have less numbers on a site, you have to let their opponents walk into you. So
We
if
go
you're in
OT,
the right
it's over for
position, if you're
YFP?
able to trade
No,
off each
bro.
other quite easily.
YFP will
give
not
yourself
go
a
OT
chance.
here. Hell, they might win this
And
eco,
it
bro.
became 2 individual hero plays, but good on net. Again, the veterancy that he brings, the game.
No,
sense that
bro,
he
you
has
nervous?
to Identify Ziff walking up for on the graffiti, while
Just
the other one's
need
so tucked
one
in towards that
round.
long A side for Jack that he could isolate that fight. So yeah, this timeout to lock in, we'll see if they can convert it.
All
because
good,
what
all
I used
good.
The overdrive a couple of rounds ago is he's when they were trying to push
Goldie
against that
full.
lockdown,
Tell
so
me
he
a
won't
joke.
have it going
I
to
gotta
this
do homework. Can we
buy,
wrap it up?
in
Bro,
this
you
round
can't
of 23.
multitask, bro.
It might always,
Bro,
it
during
might
during
once
like
again
all
have to
these
come down to
rounds,
the last round of regulations, and
you can go like,
we always
yeah,
have the
let
hero
me
plays coming out from net.
let me do a little homework. You know what I'm
towards these later
saying?
rounds, we'll see
Like
if
during like an eco.
they could continue this forward for Energy Academy to see another overtime.
I need to
Look
lock
for the
in.
resilience that a team like that needs to have to get 13-2'd and to try and force overtime.
It's also
when
sketching.
It was a 12-8 scenario
You-
for
you
YFP.
can't-
Is it a fake comeback? That's what we always say in Valorant, but for
I mean, I
Energy
guess you have to be
Academy,
locked
they're-
in. I guess I
they're
don't
done
know.
playing with their food.
I don't
and
know. I don't know how drawing works,
YFP
bro.
barely have
Oh, I wasn't
appetites when it
I was
comes
never
to
tough at it, bro.
weapons. Like it's just a bunch of sheriffs. Not going to be great to actually approach a defense with this kind of weapon.
How fast this rotate is out from Renz. This is leaving Giza alone on the A site, but that's fine. He's got a turret and an alarm bot to let him know how he should play this map. The alarm bot
Oh my
comes
gosh,
out,
and they're
he's
just straight
playing
through.
and trying to slow down towards the
Vita.
trying to get a sight smoke
Vita
too.
dead.
There's that first kill.
Giza full blind.
From Giza, right as he had to buy
There it
time
is.
because Renz was rotating
2v3.
in, and now he gets to take over the site. and
Ziff.
bail out his
Oh,
Sentinel.
good kill for Ziff.
Sean
1v2 for
Dex,
Jack.
too,
He's
secures
45
the middle of
HP,
the
bro.
map. So this
He's fried,
series,
bro.
This map is going the distance. Unless Jack is going to pull off the craziest play of all time. At least he'll do so with a different weapon. So hold on.
No. Yeah, they gave it up. They want to work together here, and now that gives an opener for Jack, even as he's pushing out towards that spawn. It's like, oh wait, these guys left it.
Full giving A. They're going for a double
They're trying
flank
to cut my
here.
rotate back towards the A long, and
You know what'd be sensational
I
here?
feel like he should be walking out of this to go towards B.
Nah.
30 seconds
Yeah. But the wilderness is so
And he's
scary
playing
by
today.
yourself. You know, just
They start sprinting.
you got the space. You
Dude, I
work
mean,
with what you
blind
got.
comes through.
Got
He's
10
cleared
bullets, never
everything he could.
reloaded.
I mean, he might not even make it that far.
Only need a couple.
NT, brother, NT, brother.
Energy Academy. Taking us all the way to the.
And are you giving him comms?
Yeah, 24th round now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But that was huge from Giza to get that second kill while he's hit fully by the paranoia. There's no way he could see that guy, and he's probably just following like bullet drills. and stuff
You
like that
bum is
for that second
crazy.
kill if he's
That's
playing against
your,
Renz.
that's
So if
your
you get 3
player,
kills,
bro.
That is huge. You saw the answer back.
That's
from
your
YFP
favorite
that
player.
Engage in 2
Might be
beautiful
comeback
short
season.
shots,
It
maybe
ain't
even a
comeback
third, if I'm
season,
not
bro.
mistaken.
Get real.
So he almost made it very
Vita's on
doable
22,
for the
bro.
attack
Any of these
side,
guys
and
could give you
we
the
would've
round
already
right
gone
now,
here
bro.
to the end
Look
of
at
the
this.
series, but it gets decided now. Big weapons on both sides, the big ults also, and this looks to be very standard. Probably sewers control, ult for the lockdown, and then get a pit onto site. And NRG Academy want to fight right into that.
Pinged.
Drone 2, YFP taking the space quickly. Deep smoke 2, checking every corner, every nook and cranny. Energy Academy definitely caught you off guard back on bind on.
Bro, I mean, Drone already
Little
came through, so they have to
insertions, even Ange
full,
too, if you remember
they have
back
to
with C
full
Long, that-
manually clear short. And there's
all
a
around.
turret top short, 2 more guys
there's
ready to
still a
swing,
problem. There's
and Giza.
Giza.
Blind comes
As
through.
soon as- just
The
like
blind
that,
didn't hit Darkest. Oh my gosh, that's a huge kill.
just kicked back in the
These guys are
best of
stacked here
ways.
too. I wonder if
Now they'll
Yeah,
make
I'm
their
glad
way
they
into
came
A
through.
with a
I think they heard
lockdown
the
to
Neon.
buy the real estate for him.
Okay, they just popped the KJ.
Paranoia actually also missed the position.
Oh, and they get the guy trying to leave. He had my car on the highway and he's trying to leave.
The pit that I was talking about
He had my
too
car on the
after
highway and she had to
lockdown.
leave.
This retake is going to be impossible in a 3 versus 5.
He tried to come out going short and he trying to
Go
leave.
for Stallion, because Shodex was ready to jump as soon
Dude,
as
I
that
mean,
lockdown
5v3, they'd
expired.
still lose this,
Maybe
bro.
get time,
5v2, they'd
maybe
still lose this, bro.
Stallion gets the kill from hell. The
Sick game from
Shodex
YFP, bro.
just there.
Yeah.
And it's Renz
Oh my gosh.
A flawless end for YFP.
Yes.
Taking Haven at the end of the day. No overtime for NRG today.
Yeah, and again, it's just
YFP or
unanimous
UBCT
once again,
2027 World
Energy Academy's
Champions.
lost. If that paranoia
Yo,
already
Anaya, I
just
don't know if
waited
you know
and
this, but
swung
this
off
was
the
a
turret
Swiss
too,
stage
they had
regional
player
match and
ready
a
at
split.
the
That
top.
does not matter.
The YFP prevail. They're not allowing NRG to come back for the second time, and they're able to close out the series. And this is something that's going to be very, very relieving for a team like YFP. Brand new going into this one, playing against an Energy Academy that has been looking very good through the collegiate days into now, and they're still able to take them down. This is something they should be proud of here after the series.
Yeah, this YFP
Absolutely.
team.
YFP will be
This YFP
joining
roster,
the
man.
ranks of ADG, who are also
This
at the
YFP
top
roster,
of the
man.
season. We're about at the halfway
Y'all
mark.
gotta be
too,
kinda
of
stressed,
our
bro.
Regular season, Swiss has been incredible.
They could do it all.
And there's a lot
They could
of
do it
talent
all.
rising to the occasion, namely people like YFP. The team chemistry looks great. The additions look fantastic, and I'm gonna be excited to hear from them and yet another post.
They're gonna do it all. No, they're kind of tough. Because we got rid of Nabil, we're unstoppable. Why specifically? Why specifically Nabil? What Dude, okay. I'm so tired. I gotta make a TikTok. Yeah, I'm going to sleep. Or I'm not going to sleep, but I'm getting off. W watch party? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, yeah, I'm off. Appreciate y'all. Should be back tomorrow. Low key, if there's no Evictix game or something, I might not watch tomorrow. I don't know. I'm kind of tired, but like, who knows? Who knows? I could just be trolling you, and I just stream tomorrow for fun, anyways. Oh wait, dude, tomorrow's the 1st. I'm waking up in the morning. I'm watching EMEA. Silly me. EMEA starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'll be live at 8 a.m. and I will be watching Fnatic versus Eternal Fire. Damn. Bro, first game in the morning, I have to watch Fnatic? Oh my gosh, bro. I'm actually gonna fall asleep. Like, I'm so serious. I'm going to fall asleep. But I'm excited for Karmine Corp versus Team Liquid. Narrate debut on Karmine Corp. I'm very excited. Sigetsu is gonna fry them. We're the greatest. Okay, that's all. Bye!